crammed up in the last little part of the season. But that's the way it's going to be here. We've got so many cancellations, not on our part, but on others. So we're going to have to fit them all in, and we'll have a lot of games for you here coming up in the next few weeks. We're still moments away from this ball game. The Lady Wildcats of Oak Ridge and the Central Lady Bobcats. We're going to take a break. We'll send it back once again. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off in a moment. The Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats playing their fourth ball game this week. It all began on Tuesday when the Lady Wildcats took on the Powell Lady Panthers. And then last night, the Lady Wildcats with their 100th win over the Clinton Dragons. And then tonight, of course, the game against the Central Lady Bobcats. And then tomorrow against Cleveland. So that'll make 4 ball games this week. But Lady Wildcats love to play. I interviewed Hope and Kamari on the Off the Glass show the other day, and they were more than happy to not practice and play ball games. And as Coach Taylor actually told me as well, this stage of the year without any preseason scrimmages, they're happy to play as well, get the chemistry going on the team. It's Oak Ridge and Central here on YouTube, on prepradio.com. Our sponsors for tonight's game: Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. In a few moments, Marquez will be rejoining me. We'll have the starting lineups, then the Golden Pipes of Teresa Seals. David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena getting set for Oak Ridge and the Central Lady Bobcats ball game. Mark Haste rejoins us here from the Wildcat Arena. A lot of basketball this week. Big win last night for the Lady Wildcats as they knocked off the Clinton Dragons. You're going back to last night's ball game. Mark, what are your thoughts on the game?
I thought defensively the Lady Wildcats just really disrupted the Central Lady Bobcats and just really took them out of their offense. Caused a lot of turnovers, got a lot of points off turnovers. So defensively, a great night for the Lady Wildcats. And as we say, all season long and for years, David, defense leads offense.
Most definitely, Kamari Mitchell-Steen had another typical great night. But what I was most impressed with is Samaj Clark. Samaj's point totals, she's had some, big point totals in the past, but she's doing a lot of things well right now for the Lady Wildcats. Not only is she scoring, she scored 23 last night. She had a ton of rebounds and steals. And I think that's really going to help Kamari down the stretch, too. Kamari had a triple-double last night, which is a fine game. And Samaj is very close to that. And I like the fact that those two are really heating up at the same time.
Yeah, I do. I do too, David. We got Gracie Heron also improving, I believe, in the post, which is, big for the Lady Wildcats. It's hard to have an effective offense if you're, it's all guard play. You've got to have somebody in the post effective. Look at UT and what Ferguson does for just that added dimension that he provides for the Volunteers.
About to have the national anthem here in a few short moments, and we'll also have the starting lineups for tonight's game. It's kind of odd that we're playing them so close to the last time we played them. Last Tuesday, we were in Fountain City for the ball game, and we're playing them, and this will be the first team in the second go-around in the district schedule for the boys. The girls have still not played the Carnes Lady Beavers, and that game will be scheduled coming up here in a few short moments. We're about to have the national anthem and the starting lineups here from the Wildcat Arena. And let's go down to the floor to Teresa Seals and the national anthem.
That'd be nice.
It's our national anthem here from the Wildcat Arena. Teresa Seals, another fine job with that. And we're about to have basketball for you. Ben Collins brings his Central Lady Bobcats to the Wildcat Arena. Mark, you've got the starting lineups.
Thank you very much, David. Starting for the Lady Bobcats, they'll come out with number 2, Lexi Pendergrass, followed by number 10, Mackenzie Babb, number 12, Cadence Horner, number 21, Addison Brewer, and number 22, Allie Gregory. Lady Wildcats will come out with their regular starting 5, David. It'll be number 2, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, number 11, Samaj Clark, number 24, Cannon Green, number 25, Gracie Heron, and number 34, Hope Holt.
And the Lady Wildcats will be trying to win their 10th ball game of the year and try to go 6-0 in District 3 play with one game to play against Carnes to complete the first half of the district schedule. But before they get a chance to play Carnes, obviously, they'll play the Halls Lady Red Devils next week and the Anderson County Mavericks again for the second time. Two teams about to come out on the floor. The Lady Bobcats wearing their all-black jerseys with white and red trim. The Lady Wildcats in their home jerseys, they're white and cardinal. And we're about to get underway here from the Wildcat Arena. The officials are about to step in. Gracie Heron will be jumping for the Lady Wildcats. And they're checking with the scorekeeper. They're checking with the teams. And we're about to get underway. The ball's up, controlled by Oak Ridge, and we're underway. Samaj Clark works the ball to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. And just like that, the Lady Wildcats have a 2-0 lead. So the Lady Wildcats in Central was just out of position. Kamari got an easy 2. Down the floor, here's a steal by Gracie Heron for a second. The ball kicked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by the Central Lady Bobcats. And Oak Ridge will have it on the turnover. Lady Wildcats in a lot of basketball here the next since Tuesday, Mark, but they'll get a little rest after Saturday. They'll come back and play Tuesday against Halls as Oak Ridge drives the paint, gets a shot up, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Bobcats. They're moving right to left here. 2-0 Oak Ridge just underway here from the Wildcat Arena. 7:29 to play. We're in the first quarter. Central with the basketball in the right corner. Cannon Green defending. They work the ball to the right block. They drive in the paint. Want to turn and spin. The shot is actually a steal, and the Wildcats are going to get a layup on the other end with Hope Holt. Good. 4-0 is our score. Lady Wildcats in the lead, so a turnover right there leads 2 points for Oak Ridge. Here comes Central again. Oak Ridge putting on the press. They work the ball to the midcourt line. There's a walk, and there's the second turnover for the Central Lady Bobcats, and Oak Ridge will get it side midcourt. Kamari's going to work the ball in. As you can see, those of you watching on the YouTube stream, we don't have a big crowd, but unfortunately, obviously, with the COVID, they are only letting immediate family members in the gym, and that's the way it's going to be. As Kamari puts up another shot, good. 6-0 our score. Kamari has 4 of the 6, and here comes Central down the floor. This is a very young Central team. Coach Collins has got to be very patient with this group as Gracie Heron anticipated a pass and almost picks it off, and I think Central is going to call a timeout. Oak Ridge on top of the Lady Bobcats here with 6 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the first quarter. Oak Ridge on top 6-0. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in a moment. Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, Tim Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group are sponsors on the YouTube stream that you're watching on YouTube, hopefully, and on Channel 15. We're simulcast with them right now. We're also on prepradio.com. Here's another steal. Samaj has it. And here come the Lady Wildcats already up 6-0. Well, here's a shot up. No good. Hope missed it. Kind of deflected by the Lady Bobcats. And here's another steal by Kamari. And guess what? She's got a layup. It's up, and it's good. 8-0 Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats in the lead here. One turnover after another. Here's another one. Here's another layup. Kamari Mitchell-Steen up good. And it's 10-0 Oak Ridge. The Central Lady Bobcats can't get the ball to the midcourt line. And they're not going to, well, actually they do get it across this time. And they'll set up their offense for the first time in a while. Mackenzie Babb with it, works the ball to the left side. They drive to the free throw line, kick it out for a 3, but she's going to drive to the baseline. Good drive that time. Shot is on its way. It's up. And it is no good. And before that, a turnover on the part of the Central Lady Bobcats. 5:59 to play first quarter. Great start for the Lady Wildcats. Mark, they're up 10-0. And actually, they reverse course here. And it's going to be Central's basketball. Mr. Queener makes the change there. Central ball underneath the goal. 5:59 to play. About 2 minutes into the ball game, Lady Wildcats have 10 on the board. Central basketball trying to work the ball in once again. And in it comes, and Central turns the ball over. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Good start, Mark, for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, it really is, David. The Lady Wildcats, they were going to get the ball. It was actually a jump ball call because the ball got wedged on the rim. So that's why the Lady Bobcats got the ball. As a 3 is up and no good by Hope Holt. Rebound and saved by the Lady Wildcats, but then the ball goes back over to Central.
Here they come down the floor, moving right to left, 5:35 to play. Central gets a shot in the paint, up good. Central's on the board, and it's 10-2 Lady Wildcats, and the Wildcats want to run. Here comes Hope down the floor, giving it up to Cannon. Cannon launches a three. It's off the rim, no good. On the rebound will come Central. Lady Bobcat basketball. Oak Ridge in the lead, 10-2. Girls action here from the Wildcat Arena. 5:17 to play first quarter. Tomorrow we'll be down in Cleveland. We'll be streaming the games live from Cleveland High School as they launch a three. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Cannon Green. Green gives it off to Hope, and she's going to bring it across the midcourt line. Swing it off to the left side to Samaj in the corner. Can't take the three. Drives across court. Gives it off to Hope to Cannon, top of the key. Launches a three. It's on its way. Good! Cannon Green knocks down a three-point shot, and once again, Coach Collins will call a timeout. 13-2, Lady Wildcats on top of Central as Oak Ridge tries to win their 10th ball game of the year and goes 6-0 in District 3 play. Mark, Lady Wildcats, a great start to this. As I look at the region, or actually our district right now, we've seen everybody except Carnes. By far, Powell and Oak Ridge are the cream of the crop.
Yeah, they are. The Powell game, was really back and forth until, I think, if I remember correctly, until the fourth quarter. No, actually, it was actually tied up at the very end. Lady Wildcats led for a while and let Powell back into it, but it was Gracie Herron. Samaj Clark, who hit 2 free throws at the end to give the Lady Wildcats the victory over the Powell Panthers. But that was a great game.
Lady Bobcat basketball, and we'll play them a little bit later on. Actually, in 2 weeks, I believe we'll head on over to Powell, take on the Lady Panthers. Always a fun time. I don't know if you were listening to my interview last night as the Lady Wildcats almost had another steal with Paige about the coin tosses that she doesn't seem to win. So one thing they want to avoid is getting in a tie with Powell or some other team for the district championship with the opportunity to host the tournament. She says, she's 0 for 2 against Campbell County, and she almost drew Riverdale out in the first round of the state tournament, but Cutler made her change her mind, and they got Dyer County instead. So I told her last night to let Lauren do the choosing if it ends up being tied. 4:34 to play first quarter, 13-2 the score. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Samaj has it, coming down the middle of the floor, gives it in to Kamari. The ball is deflected, and nice play by Central. And then Kamari comes right back and tries to reach in and grab the ball away. And then and Queener comes over to say a personal foul is going to be called. I believe it's going to go against Samaj Clark. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 13-2 as we play here at the Wildcat Arena. Tuesday night, we'll be back here. A lot of home ball games. Then we have 4 straight on the road. Lady Wildcats taking on the Halls Lady Red Devils. Not a bad Halls team, actually, as we'll see them on Tuesday. Central launches a 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Coming down with the basketball will come the Lady Wildcats, pushing it up to Kamari. Kamari drives to the baseline, goes in for the shot, would not fall for. Rebounded by number 10 for them, Mackenzie Babb. Here comes Central back the other way. Kamari didn't really have a great angle at that shot, and she missed it as Babb gets it on the baseline, throws up a one-handed shot, no good. Gracie has the rebound for the Lady Wildcats. Now it goes to Hope, full court pass down the way. Samaj Clark off the glass shot, good. 15-2. Lady Wildcats on top of Central as we play here in the first quarter. We're streaming this game on YouTube live. Thanks for tuning us in. We're on prepradio.com. We're also simulcast the video on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Here's another steal by Kamari. Here come the Lady Wildcats. Kamari drives to the hole, goes inside to Cannon Green, passes up a shot, gives it into Hope. We missed a shot. Gets her own rebound on a deflection from Gracie. Back it goes Samaj. Had a 3. Drives in, makes it a 4-foot shot. Off the glass, good. Lady Wildcats on top of Central, 17-2 here in the first quarter. Here comes Central down the floor. They work the ball across the line. In the corner, they throw the ball to Coach Paige Taylor. I don't think she's eligible anymore. I think her eligibility was used up at Bradley Central High School where she played. That'll be Oak Ridge basketball on yet another turnover marked by the Central Bobcats.
Yeah, I mean, the defense that the Lady Wildcats are, providing tonight just really just causing Central a lot of problems. There's a 3 pointers up by Kamari Mitchell, seeing no good, rebounded by the Lady Bobcats.
One thing that Coach Taylor told me after the ball game last night that she was disappointed in, there wasn't much to be disappointed in a 42-point victory over the Lady Dragons, but one thing she wanted to see tonight, better free throw shooting, and she wanted to see Gracie finish a little better at the rim. That was perhaps, Gracie, not a great game for her. Here's another steal by Kamari. She's going coast to coast with it. Right-handed off the glass, good. 19-2. The Lady Wildcats have the lead. Count the bucket, and a foul is going to be called against Central. She thought that Gracie probably could have dominated the Lady Dragons inside game last night. Didn't have her best night, hoping to bounce back tonight. Lady Wildcats have just picked up where they left off last night, Mark, and there's a missed free throw, and that's exactly what they did last night too. But they still lead 19-2.
I think if I remember correctly, David, Kamari missed her first two free throws last night. That was just that was an unusual one for her because it didn't even draw iron. It's an air ball.
I think probably their legs, having played so much basketball as of late, her legs have got to be tired, because one thing you can say about Kamari, she goes 100% the whole time as the ball's knocked out of bounds, last touched by Central. Lady Bobcats, one thing that's encouraging, I think you and I talked about this on Tuesday when we played them, was that their roster is so big. I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, they only had 6 or 7 total players on the team, and they have a full roster now, so that's encouraging, and they only have 2 seniors on the team, as Samaj is going to get a layup. It's good, and I think that's encouraging for Central. Right now, going to have some growing pains, I believe. They struggled like Clinton did last night with Oak Ridge's press, and they've just turned the ball over so many times. They get the ball on the block here. Let's see what they get a shot off. That is a nice shot, but it's up no good. Rebounded by Cannon. She pushes it up the floor. Here come the Lady Wildcats. Samaj drives in for the shot, and she scores again. And it's 23-2. Lady Wildcats in the lead as we play here in the first quarter, and Central has just turned the ball over again. Mark, do you have enough space on your turnover pad to keep up with Central's turnovers here?
I do not.
Yeah, Lady Wildcats Cannon for 3. Good. 3-point shot.
Lauren Hart.
That is Lauren. Actually knocks it down. It's 26-2. Lady Wildcats in the lead. It's good to see Lauren. We talked about this last night. Lady Wildcats have got to get other scoring from the fifth player on the floor there, besides Hope, Kamari, Grace, and Samaj. And last night, both Cannon and Lauren scored, and actually Kate LaFoon scored 2 points for the Lady Wildcats as Oak Ridge leads Central 26-2 here in the first quarter. Lady Bobcat basketball, number 2 with the basketball. That's Pendergrass, and we talked about her Tuesday. She started and played a lot of basketball for them the last several years, but she has not started against us as a junior player, and I thought she was pretty good, and she's in the game right now. Gets a shot off, missed it. Rebound tracked down by Kamari Mitchell-Steen. 45 seconds to play first quarter. Lady Wildcats get the ball inside. Cannon has to save it. Back to Kamari. Comes cross court to Hope. Hope, nice pass inside to Kamari for the shot. She missed it. Kind of rushed it just a bit. And the Lady Wildcats will go back on defense, leading 26-2 here in the first quarter. Down to 27 seconds to play in the first period. Their basketball. Pendergrass with it, drives to the free throw line, pumps, shoots, and missed it. Rebound Kamari. 17 seconds to play. Coach Taylor says play for the final shot, and that's what the Lady Wildcats will do. Here it goes to Green, Cannon Green, top of the circle to Kamari. Penetrates, drives right, gives it over to Lauren. Lauren at the top of the circle to Cannon. She launches a 3. It's on its way. It is no good, and that is the end of the first quarter. So we have played one quarter of basketball here at the Wildcat Arena. The Lady Wildcats lead the Central Lady Bobcats 26-2. Actually, there's just a couple ticks right on the clock. They get it in, and now that's the end of the first quarter. So our score, 26-2, our score. We'll send it back once again. Our sponsors, Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. We'll be back with the second quarter in a moment. David Clary, Mark, and Shauna Hayes back here at the Wildcat Arena. Lady Wildcats on top 26-2. We are streaming this game on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. For those of you watching it, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, you'll be alerted each and every time we go live, and you'll know when we have a ball game going on. So there's a little button there that says subscribe to this channel, and we'd like for you to do that. Lady Wildcats on top 26-2 as Oak Ridge gets the ball first here in the second quarter. Lady Wildcats playing with Lauren Hart along with Hope Holt in the ball game. Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Cannon Green, and one other, Samaj. Here comes Oak Ridge with the basketball. Here comes Oak Ridge dribbling. Lauren with it. Dribbles cross court to Samaj to Kamari. Thought about a three. Better defense right now by Central's. Kamari almost has the ball ripped out of her hands. Saved away by Hart to Green. Cannon drives to the top of the circle. A lot more active, Mark, all of a sudden, are the Lady Bobcats. As Oak Ridge thought about a three. Samaj goes inside of Kamari for the shot. No good. Rushed it. Gets her own rebound. Ripped out of her hands. Goes right back up. Got fouled. No call. Missed a shot. Kamari, here's a steal by Oak Ridge. They threw it right to Lauren, and Lauren sets it up once again. Lady Wildcat basketball, they lead 26-2 as we play. As the Lady Wildcats have another wide open three, it's up no good. Rebound tracked down by the Central Lady Bobcats. Pulled down by Mackenzie Babb, and then the ball's knocked out of bounds. Central really struggling like Clinton did last night, Mark, with Oak Ridge's pressure.
Yeah, I think they just get frustrated by it and just, they kind of panic, and that's not good in a basketball game. As Kamari Mitchell-Steen has the ball at the top of the key, she gives it off to Samaj on the left side, or the right side rather. She takes a three, no good. Rebounded by Kamari, pushed it over to Lauren Hart. Cannon Green drives in for a two. It's up and good.
Another 2 points for Cannon. It's 28-2 Lady Wildcats. Here comes Central down the floor. The Lady Wildcats come in at 9-1. They knocked off this Central team last Tuesday over at Central High School. Central comes in. They have struggled. They are 1-9 on the year. The Lady Wildcats beat them just a few days ago, 61-20. And this game seems to be heading in that same direction here. 6:25 to play. First half. Bobcat basketball. Number 12 with it. That's Candace Horner. Horner works the ball top of the circle. 6:15 to play. Second quarter. 28-2. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. Appreciate you watching our broadcast on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel, or listening to us perhaps on your smartphone at the prepradio.com site. Central shoots a three, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Bobcats. They get a shot blocked and taken away by Hope. Lady Wildcats push it up the floor to Samaj. She drives to the right block, takes the shot, and draws the foul, and will go to the free throw line. Central's athletic. They've got they look like a basketball team, and, there's been some years where they've just really not looked like a great basketball team. I think they do have the makings of what I think down the road is going to be a nice basketball team, because they have some athleticism, as Samaj's first toss is up there and good. Back to the free throw line she goes. Looks like Emily Lindsay has checked into the ball game now for the Lady Wildcats. 29-2 Oak Ridge. Back to the free throw line. Toss good. That's a good sign. Lady Wildcats hit those two free throws. Samaj hit two big ones against Powell to knock off the Lady Panthers the other night. 5:46 to play first half. Another missed shot, rebounded by Lindsay. Emily's going to bring the ball to the midcourt line right in front of the Oak Ridge bench. Gets the ball across the line. They set it out to the top of the circle. Driving with it will come Cannon. Thought about a three. Look how aggressive she is tonight. Shot is missed. Rebounded by Gracie. Up, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Bobcats. Gracie in a little bit of a slump right now, I think, because that's not normally the way she shoots. It'll be Central basketball underneath the goal. They're going to get a bucket, and it's good. 30-4 is our score, and here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. Samaj with it, dribbles to the free throw line, cut off there, kicks it off to Cannon, who takes one up good. Cannon Green is on fire tonight, Mark Haste.
Yeah, she has 7 points, David, 1 3 and 2 twos tonight. So I like to see the aggressiveness that she's exhibiting tonight. As a turnover by the Central Bobcats, Mackenzie Babb called for a travel.
I see the Oak Ridge boys are in the house here. They'll be playing after this ball game. We'll be headed down to Cleveland tomorrow. We'll hope you'll join us on YouTube. They are not allowing anybody but immediate family at Cleveland. That's the way it is across the state right now. One thing I noticed here, the TSSAA did on Thursday, Mark, they had a meeting and they discussed the state tournament because Middle Tennessee is not allowing fans in their arena right now. As Samaj works it into Gracie. Gracie, little 5-footer, is good. Rattled around the rim and finally dropped in for Gracie. But what they decided, Mark, and I think this is kind of disappointing. You obviously want to go to the state tournament, whether it be, that's where you want to go. But they have decided, because Middle could not give them a firm answer, as the Lady Wildcats are about to get another steal, and they've got it, but whistle blows and we'll see a foul is going to be called. They are going to do the state basketball tournament in high schools around the Murfreesboro area, and that'll be very disappointing for those teams who look forward to going to play on the big floor.
Yeah, it will be, but I bet I'm trying to remember the coach of Siegel who coached here. I bet he'll be happy about
Dyron
that.
Birdwell. Yeah,
Dyron,
he might.
Yes.
Yeah. He'll be happy because his team's pretty good, and I think they're going to be in the state tournament. Here's another turnover by Central, and here's Gracie running the floor, getting a layup, and it's no good. Rebounded up, no good. Again, taken away by Central. Lady Wildcats on top by 30, 34-4 here in the second period. 3:42 to play in the second quarter. With the basketball will come the Lady Bobcats for a moment. The ball is loose on the floor. Central has it, then Gracie deflects it, and then a timeout quickly is called by Central. I don't know how he could call a timeout there. Coach Ben Collins called a timeout. I don't think anybody had possession, did they, Mark?
No, I saw the same thing, David. I was surprised by that as well. There was no possession had by either team at that point when the coach for Central called the timeout. So I think they missed that one.
One thing that Jeremy Miller told me on the TV show, which we do each and every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on Channel 12, called Off the Glass, featuring Coach Taylor and Coach Green. One thing Jeremy Miller told me Tuesday is one of the things that disappointed him most about not being able to go to the state tournament last year was the fact that they were going to practice at Thompson Bowling Arena in preparation for the big floor. And I think, that was one of his biggest disappointments, and now I guess they won't, unless Coach Green, and he just still has some contacts at U2, unless they just want to go practice over there. There's no real need to now, and hopefully we'll make it, girls and boys, to the state tournament. But I thought that was funny that Jeremy, one of his biggest disappointments was not getting a chance to practice at Thompson Bowling.
Yeah, I would think as a young basketball player, that's got to be a kind of a bucket list item right there, So unfortunate for Jeremy.
Here comes Central to work the ball in. 3:34 to play first half. Bobcats get a shot off. Good. It's a nice little bucket there, and it's 34-6. The Lady Wildcats in the lead, and Oak Ridge will bring the ball down the floor. Hope with it to Emily Lindsay to the left corner. With it comes Samaj Clark, cross court. Kamari's free in the right corner for a three-pointer. Up, no good. Gracie battles for the rebound and knocks it out of bounds. I was kind of surprised, though. They were only considering Murfreesboro. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the late 80s, we played the state tournament at Vanderbilt, and I think Vanderbilt's allowing fans into their arena. I'm kind of surprised they didn't even consider that, or maybe they did, but from what I read, they only talked to Belmont, Lipscomb. There's a three-point shot by Central, and all of a sudden, the Lady Bobcats are on a little bit of a run here as Kamari drives right, swings the ball to the corner. Around it goes to Samaj. She's going to launch a three. It's up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Gracie. Up good. Gracie Heron gets the putback bucket, and it's 36-9. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. I kind of enjoyed, honestly, calling the ball games from Vanderbilt back in the 80s. Here's a steal by Kamari, and we're going to have a right-handed layup off the glass. Good. Kamari scores, and it's 38-9 Lady Wildcats. I would have liked to have gone back to Vanderbilt, but it seems like they were bound and determined to have it in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, I think that you and I talked about that before. I was talking about how Coach Green's foot would go numb, from coaching from the end zone down there. It would be awfully weird. But I don't know if the SEC has something going on at that point, and then it might be a conflict or what. But like you, David, I was really hoping that they would let the state tournament be at Vanderbilt, since the SEC is not limiting. Well, they're limiting, but they're actually allowing fans.
Kayla Foon's in the ball game now for the Lady Wildcats, freshman from Robertsville. Be Oak Ridge to work the ball in. Hope will work it in eventually. Has Emily Lindsay in the left corner. Gives it off to Kamari, who launches a three. It's up. Good. 3-point shot for Kamari Mitchell-Steen, and the Lady Wildcats lead 41-9 here in the first half as they try to win their 10th ball game of the year and go 7-0 in district play. We talked about this last night as the ball is loose on the floor and another steal by Oak Ridge. Then Emily Lindsay had it, but then she tried to get it over to Samaj, and she turned the ball over, and Central gets a shot up. Good. Central's on the board here. It's 41-11 now. Here comes Oak Ridge running down the floor once again to Samaj Clark. We talked about this yesterday. The winner of the district gets a chance as Kamari knocks down another three. It's 44-11. But the winner of the district gets a chance to host the district tournament. And the Lady Wildcats, if it were to, right now, if the Wildcats almost get another steal, Babs saves it though. If the tournaments were to begin today, the Lady Wildcats and the guys will be hosting the district tournament here at the Wildcat Arena, and that would be the second year in a row that Oak Ridge would have hosted the district tournament. If that indeed is what is going to happen, as Oak Ridge shoots another three, and Kamari is on fire. 3 threes in the last minute of this ball game, and Oak Ridge leads 47-11 here with 52 seconds to play in the second quarter. And I was looking up that. We talked about it last night, Mark, and I was trying to remember the last time that happened. The last time it happened that at our district, it has never happened in District 3 where one school hosted the district tournament back-to-back. Back in 78 and 1979, when we were in District 4, Farragut hosted in back-to-back years, but District 3 teams have never hosted back-to-back. Just a little piece of trivia there. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor. I don't think Kamari's going to launch one here. I think Coach Taylor says, why don't we kind of back it up and play for the final shot. Lady Wildcats have Samaj Clark, Kate LaFleur in the ballgame, Kamari Mitchell-Steen on the wing once again, along with Emily Lindsay and Hope Holt. Lady Wildcats lead Central 47-11 here in the first half. We're going to have a running clock, it would appear, tonight here at the Wildcat Arena. Hope to Kamari, back to Hope, just working the perimeter. There's Emily to Samaj. Samaj works the ball inside the paint, setting it out once again. 4 straight threes by Kamari Mitchell-Steen, and the Lady Wildcats lead it now 51-11 here, and near steal there, and they don't get a shot off before the first half comes to a close. She did get a shot off, and it was good, but it will not count. 50-11 is our score here. 50-11. Marquez, what a first half, and what a night shooting there by Kamari Mitchell-Steen right there in the last moment or so of the second period.
Yeah, she made her final 4 shots, David, of the half, all of them 3-pointers. She's got 24 in the first half. You know, talking about the 4, we were asked how many threes she had last Friday, and it was 8. She had 8 3-pointers against Anderson County just a week ago tonight. So I'm sure she's closing in on a record for the Lady Wildcats.
50-11 is our score here at the halfway mark. The Lady Wildcats on top of the Central Lady Bobcats as we broadcast here on YouTube on our channel, Prep Radio. We're also on PrepRadio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Our sponsors are Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. Jordan Osborne doing camera for us, along with Shauna Haste. My name is David Clary, along with Mark Haste. 50-11 our score. The Lady Wildcats on top of the half. Take a break. We'll be back in a moment. David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena. The Lady Wildcats are on top 50-11. Mark was talking about the 8 3-pointers that Kamari hit against Anderson County. That is tied for number 1 on the all-time Oak Ridge single-game list. You might remember last year we went down to East Hamilton High School, and Brianna Dunbar knocked down 8 3-pointers in that ball game, and that is the number 1 record. And so now Kamari Mitchell-Steen is tied with Brianna on top of that list. The record had been in place for almost 18 years before Brianna broke it last year down at East Hamilton. The Stephanie Holbrook hit 7 against Halls in 2001. And, Katie Davis, Jada Gwynn, Reagan Thompson, Leah Sharp had hit 6 in other ball games, but 8 by Brianna against East Hamilton and 8 against the Anderson County Lady Mavericks, and that ties the school record. Mark, are you close to the stats here? We'll run down the final scoring in the first half.
Yes, I am, David. Thank you. As I said earlier, Kamari Mitchell-Steen with 24 halftime points. She's, 10 of 16 from the field, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Shamaj Clark has 10 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Cannon Green has added 7 points for Lady Wildcats. Good night starting for her. She's 3 of 7 from the field. Gracie Heron has 4 points for Lady Wildcats. She's 2 of 4 from the field. Also scoring, Lauren Hart added a 3-pointer. She's 1 of 1. And then Hope Holt has added 2 points for Lady Wildcats. She's 1 of 4 from the field. As a team, the Lady Wildcats were 21 of 40 from the field. They're 15 of 26 from inside the three-point line. They're 6 of 14 from beyond the three-point line, and they're 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Now looking at the Central Lady Bobcats, they're led in scoring by Mackenzie Babb. She has 4 points, 2 of 7 from the field. With 4 points, Kaya Barnes has 3 points for the Lady Bobcats, 1 of 1 from three-point land. With 2 points is Kiara Houston, 1 of 2 from the field. And Candace Horner also with 2 points for the Lady Bobcats. She's 1 of 1 from the field. As a team, the Lady Bobcats are 5 of 17 from the field, 4 of 14 from two-point land, 1 of 3 from beyond the three-point line, and they have not attempted any free throws. Lady Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 26-2, and then outscored the Lady Bobcats just right before this in the second quarter. They outscored the Lady Bobcats 24-9 in the second quarter to take a 50-11 halftime lead. David?
Thanks a lot, Mark. We're still a few minutes away from the start of the second half. The boys' game will follow here on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We're also on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also on prepradio.com. We're going to take a break. Tomorrow, a reminder, once again, we'll be traveling down to Cleveland, Tennessee, as the Wildcats and Lady Wildcats will take on the Lady Raiders and the Blue Raiders of Cleveland High School. Tip-off will be at 6 o'clock for the girls' game. The boys' game will be at 7:30. And then we'll have it on YouTube. We'll have it on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. And we'll have it on FM 92.7 as well. My name is David Clary, along with Mark and Shauna Hayes, Jordan Osborne, and James Branson. 50-11 our score at the half. We'll be back in a moment. David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena. 50-11 is the score. Lady Wildcats on top of this one here at the Wildcat Arena. I was thinking while you were running down the stats, Mark, that this is probably good, this kind of a ball game, if because we have another ball game tomorrow for the legs of the Lady Wildcats, but we just don't have a whole lot of players dressed out, so most of the starters are going to have to still play most of the ball game. The only reserve players that we have on the bench tonight, Lauren Hart, Kate LaFoon, and that's about it. Emily Lindsay, and that's about it. So the starters are still going to have to play a lot of minutes here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that last night, David. I mean, I think they only had 3 people on the bench last night. So even though it was a blowout against the Lady Dragons, I mean, at least 2 starters had to continue to play at all times.
Right now we've got a 50-11 lead here. Kamari with 8. I don't know if you heard me say that. That ties the school record, Mark. The eight that she hit against Anderson County. Brianna hit 8 last year against East Hamilton, and that record, it stood almost 20 years before it was broken last year. And here Kamari does it. And I knew on Tuesday night or Friday night, she was just bombing them in one after another. And I thought it was a high total, and it was 8. And we apologize for not getting that to you sooner, but we had our own troubles that particular night, but we got them taken care of. And congratulations to Kamari. That's quite a feat for that young lady.
How I'm just curious, David, how is she doing career threes for the Lady Wildcats?
She's still pretty far down on that list. She didn't used to shoot threes. I mean, Stephanie Holbrook is way ahead in that list, but she is probably, in fact, right now, she is in the top 10. That's all I can say. And the record, and I'll have the stats for you on Tuesday for the season. The record is easy for me to remember because the record is held by, you wouldn't be surprised here, by Lindsay McGinnis. It's easy to remember. She hit 99 threes in 1 year in 1999. So it was very, very easy for me to remember it. You know, Coach Gaddis says I've lost my memory here, but I can remember that one. 99 in 99.
How many did Erin McGinnis have?
Erin McGinnis had a ton too. She's in the top 5 as well. She's well over 130 on her career too. I mean, those girls could shoot, and Jennifer McGinnis before her. I mean, the McGinnis sisters were they were outstanding.
Yeah, as I remember, they were kind of spaced perfectly for the team. I mean, as soon as one would leave, another one would come in. So we had that dynasty for a little while.
I don't know if you know this, but Erin McGinnis is the girls basketball coach at Robertsville.
Yes, I did. I did remember that.
Lady Bobcat basketball, as we start play here in the second half. Lady Wildcats come out with their original starting 5: Samaj Clark, Hope Holt, Cannon Green, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, and Gracie Heron. Lady Bobcat basketball here, they trail 50-11 as we play here at the Wildcat Arena. Central basketball, trying to get something going here. Here's a 3 up, good. 3-point shot for Central, so they have started out strong here. 50-14 is our score. They scored 20 on Oak Ridge last Tuesday as Kamari drives into Gracie. Nice pass, shot good. Gracie Heron scores, and it's 52-14. And I still wish, and I'll say this, I'm old school, I wish Gracie would use the glass. Mark?
Yeah, it's a higher percentage shot typically, David. It's a nice turnover there. Kamari Mitchell-Steen comes the other way. She'll go in for a layup, but she'll be fouled by Lexi Pendergrass, I believe.
And Kamari will go to the free throw line. She'll have 2 shots here, 7-11 to play third quarter, 52-14, the Lady Wildcats in the lead. Now we just need to get Kamari to knock down some free throws here. She can shoot everything else, and she can shoot free throws right there. 53-14 the score. As I mentioned, when we were at Central last Tuesday, for those who didn't remember the score, Oak Ridge won that game 61-20. I think we're going to have a few more points tonight. Second toss is no good. Rebounded by Central. Here come the Lady Bobcats. They are moving left to right if you're listening to us on your smartphone, on the Prep Radio site, or on prepradio.com on your computers, as there's going to be a reach-in foul. That's a tough foul called against Oak Ridge. A little quick whistle there. I think we've had all 3 of these guys several times this year. Seems to be a lack of officials right now. I think several of them have opted out because of the virus not to officiate. So we're going to see these guys a lot. Almost every game, it seems like. The basketball comes Central. They'll set it up once again. They trail Oak Ridge 52-14. We're in the third period. The game you're watching from the Wildcat Arena on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. Here's Kamari with another steal. Tips it over to Hope. Here come the Lady Wildcats running. Hope swings it down the right side. What a great pass. Samaj Clark off the glass. Good. And it's 55-14. That was a great pass.
Yeah, it really was. Probably half the length of the court, basically from free throw down to free throw.
Tommy and Martha Lee listening to us tonight and watching our broadcast on YouTube along with Lynn Calvert and his crew. Central basketball, 55-14 the score. Gracie deflection. Here's a steal to Kamari. Pushes it up to Gracie. Gracie runs the floor, gets the layup. Good. Gracie Heron, that's a nice finish right there. And she'll go to the free throw line, fouled in the act of shooting, and she'll try to convert the three-point play. Nice fast break, and really Gracie looked good running the floor.
That's the kind of play that I love to see. I mean, Gracie's the one who caused the turnover, knocked it over to one of her teammates, runs down the floor, and then her teammate rewards her great defensive play by giving her the ball back, and she completes the three-point play. So great job by Gracie Heron.
Lady Wildcats on top 58-14 where the basketball will come Central once again. Looks like we're going to have a running clock in the fourth period. Their basketball. Number 12 with it, Candace Horner. She works the ball to the free throw line, works the ball across, looks to her left, bounce pass goes out. They launch a three. It's going to be a little short. Rebounded by Samaj Clark. Lady Wildcats running. Samaj right down the middle of the floor, straight down the floor, all the way to the left side to Hope. Gives it off to Cannon. Cannon guns. No good. On the rebound, Gracie Heron. Can't get it. Pulled away by Central. 5 minutes, 26 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Oak Ridge in the lead. Central turns the ball over again. Hope's got it on a steal. Down the floor goes to Gracie. Gracie Heron dribbles right, gives it back to Kamari. Kamari, top of the circle, gives it into Hope. Hope works the ball right side. Back to Cannon Green to Kamari, top of the key. She wanted to shoot a three. Kicks the ball to her teammate who launches a three. That's Samaj. Shot is no good. Nice rebound, Gracie. Back up with a shot, no good. Kicks it back out to Kamari, back to the top of the key. Once again to Samaj. Samaj pulls up, little 5-footer, and good. Samaj Clark gives Oak Ridge its 60th point, and they lead Central 60-14. Here come the Lady Bobcats down the floor, setting up their offense once again. So Oak Ridge has equaled their point total from last Tuesday when they knocked off Central. Lady Bobcats down 60-14. Oak Ridge trying to win for the 100th time against the Central Lady Bobcats. Oak Ridge beat Clinton for the 100th time last night. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor again. Could have a layup, reverse layup this time, a little bit too high. Gracie, a big board, goes right back up with a shot. No good. She had a good rebound, just didn't finish the shot there. Here comes Central once again. Oak Ridge has beaten Campbell County 101 times. They've played them more than any other team, two, except Clinton, obviously, but or more than anybody because Campbell County's actually beaten us more. As Oak Ridge is going to get another opportunity for a layup here. Here it goes to Hope. Kicks the ball back out to Cannon, around to Samaj. 101 wins over Campbell County. Here's another three by Kamari. It's up no good. Cannon Green has the rebound at the free throw line. Didn't have numbers and sets it up once again to Samaj. To Hope. She's wide open for a three. It's up. No good. On the rebound, Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Kamari back into Gracie for the shot. Good. And Gracie Heron is fouled. 62-14 the score. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. 100 wins against Campbell County. 101 wins against Campbell County. 100 wins against Clinton. That happened last night. Oak Ridge 99-1 against Central, heading into this one with an opportunity to win their 100th game. So Lady Wildcats with some big numbers on some of their district rivals. And that's going to be a trivia question on Saturday. So get ready for that as Gracie knocks down the shot. 63-14 the score. It'll be Central basketball. 3 minutes, 46 seconds to play. I don't think this game is in doubt, Mark Haste.
No, I don't either, David. So we got 3:40 remaining in this quarter, then 8 more that should go by fairly quickly in the fourth quarter.
Central basketball for a moment as they work the ball around the perimeter. The Wildcats in the lead, 63-14. Long three is up, no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Samaj pulls it down to Kamari, pushes it up the floor, layup on the other side, no good. Missed shot that time by Lauren. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge. It'll be Central ball. 3:21 to play third quarter, 63-14. Roger Mitchell in the house here tonight at the Wildcat Arena, as he most normally is. Good to see Roger out. Always fun to see Roger as Central sets it up once again. They're going to drive in, and there's going to be a pushing foul called against the Central Bobcats. And against the Wildcats, against Central, it'll be Central basketball underneath the goal. It's kind of hard to keep the concentration level here in this one, Mark. 63-14. It has not been in doubt since the very beginning. Oak Ridge jumped out to a 10-0 lead and have never really looked back in this one.
Yeah, as Central has mostly bench players in the game right now. Nice pass down to Lauren Hart, who takes a shot up and good, and she's fouled, so she'll get an opportunity for a three-point play.
Lauren now with 5 points in the ball game, and the Lady Wildcat lead is now 65-14, 2:56 to play. And the junior, Lauren Hart, will go to the free throw line. It's good to see her playing a lot of minutes here. Cannon's in the ball game. Lauren's free throw is short, but who's got the rebound? Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Once again, the Lady Wildcats set it up. Here it goes to Hope, around to Kamari. They give her a three. She's going to make it a shorter shot. Drive in, hit the rim, no good. Tipped and taken away by Oak Ridge. Lauren then tripped and fouled, and they're going to call the block against the Central Lady Bobcats. It'll be Oak Ridge ball. 2 minutes, 41 seconds to play third quarter, 65-14. The Lady Wildcats, 99-1 against Central. Going to win their 100th game tonight against the Lady Bobcats. The Oak Ridge basketball side court. Hope will work the ball in. The Lady Wildcats work it into Cannon. Cannon Green, top of the circle to Samaj. Double teamed up high. Back it goes to Lauren. Lauren penetrates the paint. Kicks it over to Cannon. Cannon crumbs across to the free throw line. Goes backdoor. Nice pass. Tried to get the ball to Hope. And then Hope is tackled on the floor. And a personal foul is going to be called against the Lady Bobcats. 2:29 to play third quarter. 65-14 Lady Wildcats. Wildcats working into Samaj. Samaj turns, spins, shoots. No good. Rebounded out of bounds. They say last touch by Hope Holt. 2:24 to play. I think the crowd's slightly bigger than it was last night or even on Tuesday night, I believe, as the Lady Bobcats bring the ball down the floor. 65-14, third quarter action here on YouTube. Central shoots a three. Good. So they have some potential there, Marquez. They just don't have a whole lot of great scores right now, but that's their 17th point. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, and Oak Ridge turns the ball over. Wildcats almost get a steal with Kamari. They get the ball across the line. Oak Ridge leads 65-17. They launch another three. Good. Back-to-back threes. And it's 65-20. So a couple big shots from the outside for the Lady Bobcats. Down to
nice shots there, David. As Kamari Singh makes a nice aggressive play to the goal, she'll be called for a foul on the rebound. Unfortunately, she did not make the shot.
Minute 41 to play third quarter, 65-20, a 45-point lead for the Lady Wildcats, trying to win their 10th game and go 7-0 in district play. The Lady Wildcats have a one-game lead over the Powell Lady Panthers. I don't see Powell losing to anybody as the shot is up and it's no good. Rebounded by Hope. Hope Holt coming down the floor. The senior will walk the ball to the midcourt circle and bring it across. Met there at the top of the circle, so she swings the pass to the right side to Kamari. Comes all the way across the floor to Samaj Clark, back to Green. Cannon double team, stops, in trouble, throws the ball away. Taken away by Central, then Kamari steals it right back. Kamari has numbers, going to drive in, give it up to her teammates. Might have been close to a walk there. Samaj takes one off the glass, no good. Kamari with the rebound, no good, but she does draw the foul with 1:02 to play in the third period. 65-20 the score, and Kamari Mitchell-Steen will go to the free throw line for the Lady Wildcats. Paige Taylor is the head coach of the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats, now in her 6th season as the head coach. Her very first season took the Lady Wildcats to the state championship ball game, losing to the Riverdale Lady Warriors, who were back-to-back state champions. Kamari's free throw is up. Good. 66-20 the score. The boys' game will follow. Looking forward to that one, Mark. The boys' game, when we were at Central last week, was very, very close, hotly contested. A good Central team. Looking forward to the game.
Yeah, I am as well, David. As we talked last night, you know, I enjoy the fast-paced games, and that's what we'll get out of the Central boys team for sure.
67-20 as Kamari hits both free throws. Central basketball. They try to work the ball inside. They get a shot up good. And all of a sudden, they're a juggernaut on offense. 67-22 the score. Here comes Oak Ridge back the other way. The ball knocked out of bounds by Central. 41.7 seconds to play. Third quarter. We'll have a running clock in the fourth quarter. 67-22 the score. Earlier tonight, the Oak Ridge Girls Junior Varsity, as the Wildcats working in for another shot. It's no good. Rebounded right back up. No good. Little bit rushed, and it's going to be a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give Oak Ridge the ball. The girls junior varsity won 52-35 tonight over Central. The girls trying to make it 2-0 as the Wildcats work it in for a shot. No good. Kamari got knocked down hard. No foul. And down the floor will come the once again the Lady Bobcats. As we set once again, they work the ball down low. Ball deflected and taken away nicely. Once again by Oak Ridge's Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Gives it inside for a shot by Lauren Hart with 13 seconds to play. And I believe she is fouled, and Lauren is going to go to the free throw line. Then all Oak Ridge, Mark.
It has. Lauren Hart will go to the line for the Lady Wildcats, Dave. She has 5 points in the ball game, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. So first shot is up, and it's good. She now has 6 points in the ball game, 1 of 2 from the line.
Back to the free throw line she goes, 68-22. Lauren looks at the shot, and no good. Rebounded, though, by Oak Ridge. Up, no good. Again by Oak Ridge. Samaj had it, and they're going to call a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give Central the basketball with 9.6 seconds to play. Central substituting once again. 9.6 seconds to play third quarter. 68-22, the Lady Wildcats in the lead. Here come the Lady Bobcats, and you're right, they've got some new players in the ballgame. The Lady Wildcats just don't have a whole lot to substitute in. And I talked to Coach Taylor about that, and I think she's got some freshmen who are also on the roster, but she says they just need to get to the point where they practice better. As Oak Ridge launches a three, it's no good as the third quarter comes to a close. We've played 3 quarters of basketball here at the Wildcat Arena, and the Lady Wildcats lead Central 68-22. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena here. Lady Wildcats on top, 68-22. Lady Wildcats lost a shot, hits the rim, and no good. Rebounded out of bounds, last touched, I think, by the Central Lady Bobcats. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Oak Ridge has Emily Lindsay in the ball game. Kate LaFoon's in. Lauren Hart, Lady Wildcats, Samaj Clark, and Samaj scores right off the glass, and it's now 70-22. Lady Wildcats in the lead. We have a running clock here at the Wildcat Arena. The boys' game will follow. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that, and that'll be somewhere around 7:30 as the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Lady Wildcats. 70-22. Lady Wildcats will go to 10-1 on the season, and they'll go 6-0 in district play. Central will lose their 10th game of the year. They have one win, though, in the district. They are 1-2. They beat Anderson County. Central Lady Bobcats take a shot. Good. And it's 70-24. And here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor with no pressure. they'll bring the ball across the line with Samaj Clark. Coach Paige Taylor will be joining me after the ball game. We'll be talking about this one, about the Lady Raiders as well. Here comes Kate LaFoon with the basketball. Thought she was going to shoot. Cannon Greenwell shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Central. Coming down with the rebound is Kaya Barnes. She's a freshman player. She dribbles to the baseline. The pass intercepted by Oak Ridge. Taken away by the Lady Wildcats. Coming down the floor will come Lauren Hart, coast to coast. Kicks the ball back out to Samaj. Samaj has Cannon top of the circle at the free throw line. She shoots from there. It's up, too strong. No good. Rebound, reach in, no foul. Here comes Central with the rebound. Pulling it away is Heaven Wyrick. They bring the ball across the line nearly and over and back there. Here it goes to Barnes, the freshman. Ball's worked out to the top of the circle to Shedrick. Shedrick, another freshman, swings the ball to the left side. Continuing to dribble, the Lady Wildcats on top 70-24 over Central. Running clock here at the Wildcat Arena. Bounce pass to the right corner. It goes to Barnes. Barnes unable to shoot. Works out of trouble right in front of Coach Collins. Continues to dribble and throws the ball away. Momentarily intercepted by LaFoon. Saved on the floor, though, by Shedrick. Shedrick harassed aggressively by Kate LaFoon. And a whistle blows and a timeout is asked for by the Central Bobcats. Lady Wildcats in the lead here, 70-24 as we play here at the Wildcat Arena. Tomorrow night we'll be down in Cleveland. If you're driving to the ball game for the boys' game, and we want you, or if you're a family member, only family members are allowed. You can listen to us wherever you might be out and about tomorrow in your cars on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. You can also listen on your smartphones on prepradio.com or on YouTube, streaming the video live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, sponsored each and every week by Fox Insurance Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. The boys' game to follow here. Mark, Lady Wildcats, total domination here. They're about to go 101 against the Central Lady Bobcats.
When you get some Dalmatians involved, David, sounds to me like.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Old Disney movie, of course, as the Lady Wildcats have the lead 70-24. As I mentioned, the Lady Wildcats just don't have a whole lot of players to substitute. Samaj is going to be dead tired tomorrow because she's playing a lot of minutes here, as it looks like the Lady Wildcats are going to get, looks like Mari Stewart in the ball game here, and that is the case. And it looks like Demetria is in the ball game. We'll talk about that here in a second.
Brooke Bush as well.
And yes, it is. So Lady Wildcats do have their younger players in. They played in the junior varsity ball game. Brooke Bush is number 10 for those of you watching on the YouTube stream. They also have in the ball game Emily Lindsay, as I mentioned. Demetria Strickland is in the ball game. She is number 3. Amari Stewart is number 22 in the ball game, and Kate LaFoon is in the ball game as well. So you've got pretty much an all freshman lineup right now for the Lady Wildcats, and it's good to see those young ladies get a chance to play.
Yeah, it is. As I think number 22 for the Lady Wildcats, Mari Stewart, she picks up her first foul tonight.
Running clock here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge on top 70-24. Well, our first look in a while at the young Lady Wildcats getting a chance to play. They don't usually dress out as Central takes a long shot. It's up no good. Rebounded by Amari. Amari's going to bring the ball free throw line. Shoot up. Good. Nice little bucket there by the Lady Wildcats. And it's dropped in, as we mentioned, by Amari Stewart. And the Lady Wildcats are up 72-24. That was a nice shot. She shot it with a lot of confidence, too.
She really did. She brought it down. I mean, that's often a hard shot to hit when your momentum is carrying you forward and you stop and you have around the free throw line and shoot it. A lot of people struggle with making that shot.
Central turns the ball over. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor as we're getting close to the end of the ball game. We're down to 3:50 to play in the ball game, 72-24. Here's Emily Lindsay driving in, goes back door, driving the baseline. There's a blocking foul, and that's going to send Oak Ridge to the line. Got some girls out on the floor who have never scored any varsity points in their career. Brooke Bush has. I think she has 2 career points, and she'll be going to the free throw line here for the Lady Wildcats. Here comes another young lady coming into the ball game, And that is going to be Mariah Arb coming in for her first varsity action. Also coming into the game for the Lady Wildcats, looks
Bella
like
Boone.
Bella Boone is in the ball game. We haven't seen her in a while. 3:10 to play, and Bush will go to the free throw line. They played a junior varsity game before this one. Bush misses the shot, and down the floor with a rebound will come the Central Lady Bobcats. 72-24, Lady Wildcats in the lead. Central's going to drive, and there Nelia Walker there. Good defense by Oak Ridge. Nelia steal by Demetria. Saved away by Central. They put up a shot. That's no good. Rebounded by the Lady Wildcats. Pushing it up the floor, and this is kind of fun here, getting a chance to see these girls play. We have not seen these girls play, Mark.
No, we have not. I mean, we saw Bella Boone early in the season and really want to see her develop as a post player. As number 5, Arb for the Lady Wildcats puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Central.
2 minutes to play here in the ball game. 72-24. The Lady Wildcats headed for a victory here tonight over the Central Lady Bobcats. Oak Ridge will be 10-1 on the year. The lone loss to a top 3 team, Stone Memorial. Central gets a shot up. Good. 72-26 the score. Lady Wildcats will bring the ball down the floor. Stone Memorial was a really good basketball team. We almost got a chance to play them twice as the Lady Wildcats work it across Demetria Strickland. Her dad was a great athlete in his day, Demetrius Strickland. Minute to play. Here's a shot. It's up, no good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be their basketball. 1 minute, 45 seconds to play in the ball game. 72-26. The Lady Wildcats headed for the victory here. The boys' game will follow. We'll hope you'll stay with us here on prepradio.com or Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 or streaming on the internet at YouTube as the Lady Wildcats get a steal. Lady Wildcats might have a layup here. They don't have the numbers here. Oh, nice move there. She's going to drive in. Little 3-footer. Hits the rim. No good. Rebounded by Central. These young ladies haven't been able to get in the scoring column here, but they are playing hard. Down the floor will come the Lady Bobcats. Got to get back on defense here. Here comes Central, top of the circle. Lady Bobcats have only lost one time to Central, and that was a long, long time ago. Ended an 81-game winning streak. Central puts up a shot, no good. Bella Boone has the rebound. The Lady Wildcats' only loss came back in 2011 as the Lady Wildcats have it down the floor. Demetria Strickland with it, top of the circle. Swings the ball with 58 seconds to play to the right corner. Driving the baseline, unable to cut all the way through. Back to the top of the circle it goes. 42 seconds to play, 72-26 Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcat basketball. Working the ball, top of the circle. Bush with it. Working the ball back to Bush, top of the circle. Thought about driving in. Penetrates right, gives it off in the corner. They're going to drive in. Here's a shot. Blocked, but saved away by Bella. Bella battles and tries to get a rebound. She's tied up. The alternate possession arrow will give Central the ball. And with 17 seconds to play, this will be the final trip down the floor unless we have a foul here. 72-26 the score. Here come the Lady Bobcats down the floor. They work the ball inside. They get a shot up. It's going to be pinned between the rim and the backboard, and that is a jump ball. As the final seconds tick down, the Lady Wildcats have won by a final score of 72-26. Mark, Lady Wildcats jumped out to a 10-0 lead over the Lady Bobcats, led by 24 points after one quarter, and really never were threatened in this game.
No, I have a feeling, David, this game was early. This game was over very early on as the Lady Wildcats win tonight, 72-26. Just a fabulous win for the Lady Wildcats.
We're going to take a break here. We've got a few minutes, about 20 minutes before the start of the boys game because we had a running clock here. So we have a lot of time. Coach Taylor will be up to join me. Mark will work feverishly on the stats, and then we'll turn our attention to the boys game. Once again, the final score, Lady Wildcats win it 72-26. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in a moment.
I need to put this on. Got the boys.
Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena. The Lady Wildcats victorious by a final score of 72-26. Joining me now is the head coach of the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. Coach, good ball game for your team. You know, after a kind of a rivalry ball game last night against Clinton, your girls could have come out here flat. They jumped out on Central early, 10-0, led by 24 after one quarter, and really never let up there. And they win the game going away. Your thoughts on the win?
I thought it was a good game for us. Like you said, it would have been easy to come out tonight and just kind of be flat and not have energy. And we just played Central, not even a week or two ago. And so, but they came out, shared the basketball. I keep saying the same thing, but that was one of our goals that we've been talking about coming back after Christmas is the chemistry of our team offensively and defensively. And tonight I felt like both ends were good for us.
One thing I was thinking about, and I know you had a girls' junior varsity ball game before this, and they won 52-35 over Central. With so many ball games this week, you had a game Tuesday against a tough game on Tuesday against Powell. You had a game last night against Clinton. You had district ball game tonight here at home, and tomorrow you're going to Cleveland, hopefully to play a ball game. But you got a chance to bring in your youngsters into the game for the first time, really all season, getting a chance to play that whole group. And I know you're saving a little bit of legs for tomorrow, but it was good to see those young ladies get in the ball game tonight as well.
Yeah, it's great to see them. They're gaining more and more confidence too. And actually this season we've probably played more JV games, than we have in any other season that we've had. And they're getting better. And to come out, and to pick up, you didn't lose ground in the varsity game when they came in that fourth quarter. They maintained it defensively, attacked offensively, scored on offense. So it's nice to have the opportunity to let them get in and get some experience.
Coach, let's go back to the Stone Memorial ball game and compare how your team has improved since that ball game. As you look at them tonight, obviously the opponent not as strong as Stone Memorial, but I just want the time period. Where have you seen the most improvement in your basketball team?
Oh gosh, I feel like we're a completely different basketball team now. We've changed up our defenses and gained more confidence. I was just saying that at halftime to the coaches. It's like we're better defensively, both man and zone. Since we've put in a zone, they talk more, they're more active. Our offense, like I said, it's finally clicking a little bit. They know the people to pass to, the cuts. They're reading each other really well. They're driving and kicking. Our perimeter shots that we're taking are shots that we're creating for our teammates. We're not having to create them for ourselves, and that makes for good perimeter shots. And I feel like it's completely different basketball team.
Coach, I was going to ask you this, and were you planning on putting in that zone before, or did something prompt you to need to do that, or was that something you just weren't able to get in at the first of the year?
I'm just going to be completely honest. It was in the back of my head. As we started with the season, I was not happy with what our man looked at all. And there's not a lot of depth, and you think, what if you get in foul trouble? Man's really hard to recover from, with foul trouble. And when we played at Stone, and I saw some things that they were doing to us in our defense, I knew at that point it was time to make a change, and I started thinking I didn't want a traditional 2-3, and I just happened to be watching a college basketball game on TV, and I liked what I saw. I had been recording the game anyway because it was my college teammate's daughter playing, and I showed some clips to the team the next day, and they went out and we implemented a little bit, and I've since spent some time on the phone with that college coach and learned a little bit more, and they're growing in it, and it's been really good for us.
Coach, what would you call that zone?
It's an extended. It's a 2-3, but it's extended, and it allows that back line to gamble a little bit. We're not sitting in on the blocks. It's made to look kind of like a matchup man. It's a little bit deceiving, but it is a 2-3. It's just extended.
Coach, you got just about everybody involved. I think, Kamari had her typical game. And speaking of Kamari, I meant to say this to you. In the Anderson County ball game the other night, she had 8 threes, and that tied Brianna's record that was set just last year against East Hamilton. And I don't know if you were aware of that, but, Brianna hit those 8 against East Hamilton down there. And then on Friday, Kamari hit 8 in that game, so that ties the school record.
I did not know that. I knew, it's funny. After the game, I said, that's got to, even just how Kamari shot, but even as a team, how we shot, I said, that's got to be some sort of record one way or the other.
Well, tomorrow you'll be heading down to Cleveland to take on the Lady Raiders. Last year, I think you split. I think we won up here. They won down there, if I'm remembering that correctly. I remember them being very athletic. I don't know anything about this year's team, but I know they've only played about 5 games.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, they are super athletic. They can shoot the ball well. They've got the guard that was the MVP of the state tournament her sophomore year. She's a senior. When she was at Bradley, she was a sophomore, the MVP. She's their point guard. And, I have no doubt that it's going to be a tough ball game and a tough matchup for us. It'll be a good game for us at this point in our season.
Coach, just your final comments on the win tonight.
Really proud of our girls. We passed the ball really well. Hope is, she's great with the basketball and driving and distributing. Samaj and Kamari and Cannon hitting the open cutter and Gracie even getting after boards. Lauren Hart came in with confidence and played well. They're all growing, and they're growing together and playing off of each other extremely well, and just, proud of them.
Coach, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
It's Coach Paige Taylor, head coach of the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge knocks off the Central Lady Bobcats 72-26 to go 10-1 on the year. The Lady Wildcats are still undefeated in District 3 play and alone atop the standings with a 1-game lead with their 6-0 record, 1-game lead over the Lady Panthers PAL. Mark has completed the final statistics of the ball game. Mark, you've got the final scoring and statistics.
Mark has actually stepped away to the scores table to get some information on the upcoming boys game, David.
And I knew that, actually. I was just in a habit of doing that. But we'll take a break here. Lady Wildcats victorious. We'll be back with Mark stats and a look at the boys game coming up in a bit. Lady Wildcats win the ball game 72-26. Mark, you've got the final scoring.
Thank you very much, David. As you said, Lady Wildcats victorious tonight by a final score of 72 to 26. Leading scorer from the Lady Wildcats was Kamari Mitchell. She finished with 27 points. She was 10 of 21 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. With 16 points was Samaj Clark, 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Also in double figures for the Lady Wildcats, Gracie Herron had 12, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Cannon Green added 7 for the Lady Wildcats. She was 3 of 11 from the field. Lauren Hart had 6, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. With 2 points was Amari Stewart late in the ball game. She's 1 of 2 from the field. Hope Holt had 2 points for Lady Wildcats, 1 of 5 from the field. So as a team, Lady Wildcats were 29 of 72 from the field. They were 23 of 53 from two-point land. They were 6 of 19 from beyond the three-point line, and they were 8 of 13 from the charity stripe. Now look at the Lady Bobcats of Central. They were led in scoring by Mackenzie Babb, who had 11 points. She was 5 of 12 from the field. With 3 points was Alexi Pendergrass, 1 of 6 from the field. Kaya Barnes also with 3, 1 of 2 from three-point land. And Addison Brewer also with 3 points. She was 1 of 4 from the field. Heaven Wyrick had 2 for the Lady Bobcats, 1 of 1 from the field. Also with 2 points was Quara Houston, 1 of 3 from the field. Candace Horner rounds out the scoring for Lady Bobcats. She had 2 as well, 1 of 2 from the field. So as a team, the Lady Bobcats were 11 of 32 from the field, 7 of 22 from two-point land, 4 of 10 from beyond the three-point line, and did not attempt a free throw all game. That's really surprising. I don't know if I've seen a game where one team did not make a trip to the free throw line. So Lady Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 26-2. Then they outscored the Lady Bobcats 24-9 in the second quarter to take a 50-11 lead at half. In the third quarter, Lady Wildcats again outscoring the Lady Bobcats 18-11 to take a 68-22 lead into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, both teams score 4 points. So the final, Lady Wildcats victorious 72-26. David?
Let's turn our attention to the boys' game here. I think Shauna Haste has some more information about the boys' game, which should be a good one here tonight at the Wildcat Arena. Shauna?
Yeah, thanks, David. Tonight, the Wildcats will start with their second half of their district schedule, sitting all alone atop the District 3 standings. Oak Ridge has a 2-game lead over second-place Clinton with 7 games to play. Oak Ridge is trying to sweep the Bobcats, having beat them last Tuesday, 66-45. Jeremy Miller led Oak Ridge with 20 points, followed by Stafford Shanklin 12 and Kel Slater 10. 7 other Wildcats scored in the win. Greg Moore led Central with 13, but it was the 21st straight win for Oak Ridge over Central, dating back to 2011. Oak Ridge leads this series 82-26, and the first game was in 1947. Last season, Oak Ridge won 68-56 and 87-56. This season, Oak Ridge is 5-1 at home and 7-0 on the road, but 0-2 on neutral courts. Winning the district is huge for all the teams in the district because they will host the District 3 tournament. Oak Ridge hosted last season in their regular rotation, but Campbell County was scheduled to host this season. As it stands now, Oak Ridge would host both the boys and the girls tournament. The region tournament will also be hosted in the District 3 Champions Gym. So every district game is important. Tonight, it's Oak Ridge versus Central, live here from Wildcat Arena. And we'll be back with the starting lineup and the tip-off following a short break.
David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena getting set for Oak Ridge and Central. Joining me is James Branson here. James, as we get ready for the boys game here, just this week, the Wildcat football schedule came out. The Wildcats adding a few teams to their schedule that we haven't played in a while, and should be an exciting year. It's maybe one of the toughest schedules that I can remember in some time.
Yeah, it's a really unique schedule. I think there's even one game that's on a Saturday. I think that's Greenville this year. And I may be wrong, but I think the last time that we played Greenville may have been 1991.
It was. That was the last time. Greenville has had a great little run as of late, one of the tougher teams. And people have been saying, why in the world would you schedule a team like that? Why not? I mean, you can't get better unless you play good competition. And this schedule is loaded. You've got some 6A schools. Bearden comes to mind. Still have Farragut, Dobbins, Bennett still on the schedule. It's a tough one.
Well, and the Wildcats had to fill 5 games as well. They only have 5 region games this year, so they had to go out and get a lot of different games. And I think it's honestly cool that you go out to Greenville. Hadn't played them in a while. You mentioned I think they won 2 or 3 state championships in the past 10 years. Obviously, DB is a big rival for Oak Ridge. That's a really cool one. But why not go out and get these hard teams? Because it's only going to make you better. Greenville may be only a 4A school, but they've been competitive, and that helps make you better, as we saw with the Wildcats over the playoffs this year.
And what about opening with South Doyle, a team in the semifinals a year ago?
Yeah, even though South Doyle, I think they dropped down, they've had a good run. They've been perennial, quarterfinals, semifinals, playing Central or playing West recently. So, yeah, I mean, Central's a great team. Clark Duncan's a great coach. They do a really good job there.
James, thanks a lot here. We'll talk more football a little bit later in the fall. We're a few moments away here from the start of the ball game. Mark Hayes, you've got the starting lineups for this ball game, Oak Ridge and Central.
Thank you very much, David. Central will come out with number 1, Jalen Harris, followed by number 2, Greg Moore. Moore, as we've discussed, he's a shooter. You gotta definitely concentrate on him. Number 4, Darian Bailey. Number 30, Ahmad Belton Jr. will be another starter. And then number 32, Elijah Foster. Interesting, I found out that Luke Ferguson is no longer with the Central Bobcats. Apparently, he's concentrating on baseball, which I actually thought was against TSSAA rules. If you're involved in one sport, you can't stop that sport to go focus on another one.
Actually, that's an Oak Ridge rule.
Okay. Speaking of Oak Ridge, Johnson Stewart, number 2, will start for the Wildcats, followed by number 3, Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy, number 15, Jonathan Millaway, number 21, and number 23, Jeremy Miller.
And we're about to get set here. The Bobcats wearing their all red jerseys tonight. I like the Central jerseys. And one thing that we have noticed about Central in the past, Coach Andy Hill, his assistants, Brad Flafford and Mitch Mitchell, they're always into it, that's for sure. Coach Hill very seldom sits down and very seldom isn't standing on the floor. He is an emotional coach, and he's trying to get his Bobcats to play some better basketball. I was surprised the other day. Not really. Clinton's a really good basketball team. They've got a really good basketball team. But I was surprised that Clinton team beat this team, because when we watched them last Tuesday, I mean, they looked like they were going to be the team that Oak Ridge would have to challenge for the district championship. But you just never know. On any given night in our district, any team can beat the other, I believe.
Yeah, that's very true, David. I would have liked to have seen that Central Clinton game, because as you said, when we played them, I can't remember if it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. I was very impressed. I mean, Central, they're the real deal. They've got a lot of athletes out there, and as I've said many times, fast offense, and that's what I like to watch.
We're going to get a chance to see the Clinton Dragons. This is a change in the schedule. If you have a printed schedule, of course, it has been wrong most of the year because of all the cancellations, but we were scheduled to play Clinton on the 29th of January. That was a Friday night, but they have so many ball games to make up. They have moved the ball game to Saturday, January the 30th. Saturday, January the 30th is when we will play Clinton at the Don W. Lockhart Gym in Clinton. They'll have games Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Clinton. And I guess they didn't want any back-to-back ball games. Millaway to jump for the Wildcats. easily controlled by Oak Ridge, and we are underway. That was a massive win by Jonathan Milloway right there. Here's Kel Slater taking it right to the hole. No good. On the rebound, though, Oak Ridge up. Good. Jonathan Milloway makes it 2-0. Great drive there by Kel. It just kind of went around the cylinder and just wouldn't drop in for him, but big Jonathan Milloway was there for the bucket, and the Wildcats tie the ball game at 2. Central works their offense once again, moving right to left, wearing their red, white, and black. They work the ball down to Belton Jr., gets a shot up. Good. 2-2 our score, and back the other way will come Oak Ridge. Basketball is about matchups, and Central matches up pretty well with us athletically. Here comes Oak Ridge's Jeremy Miller. Left side, Jonathan Stewart launches a 3 from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Central. Here come the Bobcats pushing it up the floor, driving all the way in for the shot. Good. Central leads Oak Ridge by a score of 4-2, 7:12 to play, and a whistle blows, count the bucket, and a foul called against Oak Ridge.
A foul called against Jeremy Miller, David. That'll be his team first. Going to the line for the Central Bobcats with 2 points will be Darian Bailey trying to convert the three-point play. Central on top, 4-2 as he missed his free throw.
And the Wildcats on the other end of the floor tried to go with a full court pass, just a little bit too high, a little bit too strong, and the Wildcats turned the ball over. Oak Ridge trails 4-2, just underway. First quarter action here at the Wildcat Arena. Wildcats and the Bobcats. The first time the two teams played all the way back to 1947. Wildcats lead the all-time series as Central drives in the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Tipped and rebounded by Central, back up with it, good. Central on top. 6-2, and down the floor with the basketball once again will come the Wildcats. Kel Slater with the basketball once again, works the ball to Jeremy Miller. 6-2 Central, bounce pass downside to Milloway, stripped to the ball, another turnover. The Wildcats has 2 turnovers here in the early going. Central in the paint, pulls up, shoots, and scores, and now it is 8-2 Central. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Oak Ridge with it, Kel Slater across the line. Their defense causing Oak Ridge some difficulties, a couple of turnovers as Kel drives to the free throw line, gives it over to Lucas Searcy, can't get a 3 off, backs it over to Kel. Kel back to Lucas, looking down low to Milloway, cutting along the baseline, works the ball back to the top to Jonathan Stewart around the perimeter. 8-2, the Wildcats down by 6 at home here in the early moments of the first quarter. There's a shove right there, and a whistle blows, and a foul's going to be called against Central. That was just an out-and-out shove and a personal foul against the Bobcats.
Yeah, it's kind of a wide body down there for the Bobcats, David. Number 30, Ahmad Belton.
Wildcats get the inbounds feed and score. Jeremy Miller off the glass, and the Wildcats are down 8-4. Down the floor with the basketball will come Central once again. They set a trap, and they get off to the corner. They get a wide-open 3. It's on its way, no good. Rebounded by Jeremy Miller. Down the floor it goes to Lucas Searcy. Across the time stripe, behind-the-back dribble, stops, gives it out Jonathan Stewart. Wide-open 3, good. 3-point shot for Jonathan Stewart, and the Wildcats trail by 1. 8-7 the score. Here comes Central down the floor. Jalen Harris across the line. They drive the baseline. They throw the ball away. Intercepted by Jeremy Miller. Miller's going to bring the ball back across the line. 3-on-2. Jeremy free throw line jumper on the way, and the Wildcats lead. Oak Ridge takes the lead 9-8 on the Jeremy Miller bucket. And the Wildcats, just like that, erase a 6-point deficit to take the lead. Nice little run there for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think they were down 8-2, weren't they, David? If that's the case, they just outscored them 7-0.
Wildcats had an inbound steal, and then they're going to call a foul, a kind of a foul against Lucas Searcy. The Wildcats stole the inbounds, then Lucas couldn't hold on to it, and the ball is knocked away, and then he commits the personal foul. It'll be Central basketball in the rear court, and they'll work the ball in. And it comes for them to Darian Bailey. Bailey's going to walk the ball across the midcourt line, met there by Jeremy. He works the ball to the top of the circle. 5:09 to play first quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 9-8. Central launches a shot, no good. Milloway on the rebound. Milloway to Jonathan Stewart. The Wildcats on a 2-on-1. Nice pass. Shot is up. Good. Off the glass goes Lucas Searcy, and the Wildcats now lead 11-8 over Central. Bobcat basketball, they work the ball in, and another whistle blows, and yet another foul called against Oak Ridge.
Lucas Searcy picks up his second, David. He has 2 of the 3, so he will come out of the ball game. In for the Wildcats will be Stafford Shanklin.
Lucas, if one thing you can say about Lucas, he plays aggressively, and sometimes he gets into foul trouble, and he's going to have to sit just a bit. But the good thing is the Wildcats have so much depth as the inbounds comes in, and they're going to call another foul against Oak Ridge. This one's going to go against Kel Slater. They're not letting them be aggressive, are they, Mark?
No, and that was a good foul. I mean, I don't have a problem with that foul. I mean, Kell was got under him and just did not give him a place to land. So, and another foul is going to be on Oak Ridge as number 30 takes a shot, Ahmad Belton Jr., and he'll be fouled by, 21, Jonathan Milloway for the Wildcats. For Milloway, that'll be his first free throw. Fifth foul for the Wildcats in less than 4 minutes. I mean, just over 3 minutes in the ballgame.
Ahmad Belton Jr. struggled at the free throw line against Oak Ridge at Central. He puts up the first toss, and it is no good. 11:08 Oak Ridge, 4:47 to play, first period. District 3 action here at the Wildcat Arena. Second toss, this one's good. 11-9 the score. Here comes Oak Ridge wanting to run. Kel Slater across the line, had Milloway early, works the ball inside to him with a great pass and a shot good. Jonathan Milloway off the glass, and it's 13-9. The Wildcats with their biggest lead. Here comes Central down the floor, and that's got to be a foul on the other end. They've no call. Jeremy just got blasted. They didn't call it. As away from the ball, the Wildcats get a steal. Here comes Jonathan Stewart down the floor. Jonathan bounce pass. Great pass inside Jeremy Miller for the shot. No good, but he is fouled. Jeremy got blasted right at the midcourt line. I guess Queener and company were trailing and didn't see it, but Jeremy just got rocked as a timeout is asked for by the Central Bobcats. Oak Ridge on top 13-9. How did you see that, Mark?
I actually didn't see it. I was, my head was down recording the bucket there, so I did not see anything as Jeremy Miller passed the half-court line.
Well, you and the three officials are in the same boat there. They didn't see it as well. 4:22 to play. We're in the first quarter from the Wildcat Arena. Tomorrow night, we're traveling down to the land of the Blue Raiders as the Wildcats take on the Cleveland Blue Raiders and Lady Raiders. We'll have the ball game beginning at 6 o'clock. We'll be on YouTube. We'll be on prepradio.com. And if you're out and about in your cars, you can listen to it on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Our sponsors, as usual, we'll have Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, and Betsy Coleman Realty. 4:21 to play first quarter. Oak Ridge fell behind by 6, 8-2. Now lead it by a score of 13-9. And Oak Ridge will have the ball, and the Wildcats will go to the free throw line. It'll be Jeremy Miller. Jeremy scored his 900th career point the other night. He has 909 in his career, 366 career rebounds, 21 career three-point shots. I meant to kid Jeremy the other night when he and Jonathan were on the TV show that Jonathan Milloway has as many career three-pointers as Jeremy Miller. You would never have believed that, would you have?
No, not really. As Miller's first free throw's up and good. He has 5 points in the ballgame. Extends the lead for the Wildcats 14-9 as he misses the second.
14-9, the Wildcats in the lead, as Mark said. Here comes Central down the floor, moving right to left, wearing their all red jerseys, white and black trim. Jeremy reaches in and almost had a steal, but they're going to call another foul. Wildcats racking them up here. Queener says the foul is against Jeremy Miller. And that'll be team foul number 6 against the Wildcats. And we're just in the first quarter here, Mark, and they're getting ready to shoot the 1-and-1 on the next foul.
Yeah, they are. And Coach Green, I believe, just picked up a technical foul. So that'll be the 7th team foul for the Wildcats.
So they're going to be shooting the technical free throws. I think, they were kind of, short-tempered, I think, the other day when we played them, honestly, and some other ball games. But it's one foul after another. I
think they were short-tempered one way, because I remember the Central Bobcat coach was quite verbal, and they let him get away with a lot.
As I said, one of the officials went to Fulton, so he lives pretty close to Central, as that toss is no good. He hit one of the two. Oak Ridge lead is 4, 14-10, 4:11 to play. We're in the first quarter here at the Wildcat Arena. It'll be Central with the basketball side court. They work the ball in. Belton Jr. works it over to Jalen Harris. Harris top of the circle. Right side it goes to Bailey. Darian Bailey picked up defensively by Jamison Updegraft. Works the ball to the midcourt line. Comes back to the left with a bounce pass at the free throw line. Central gets a shot up. Good. And is it another foul? It's a hard contact there. And I believe another foul's called against Oak Ridge, and that'll be team foul number 8, I believe, against the Wildcats. And it's now 14-12, and they have an opportunity to close the gap further. Foul, I believe, on Jonathan Stewart.
It was Jonathan's first, as you said, team 8th.
Toss on its way up there, no good. But they have the rebound. They'll set it up once again. Wildcat lead is only 2. 14-12, Central basketball. Here's a shot off the rim, no good. Rebound, the Wildcats, Jonathan Milloway. He got hammered, but no call. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Here comes Kel Slater, left side, to Eptigraft in the left corner. Had Stafford Shanklin on the left block. Couldn't get the ball to him. Backs it up to Jonathan, fakes the 3, gives it over to Kel. Kel Slater dribbles in, free throw line, penetrates, no place to go. Has to kick the ball back out and lost the ball momentarily, saved by Milloway on the floor. Milloway holds it high above his head, and a foul is going to be called. Personal foul will go against the Central Bobcats, and they don't have many of those. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball.
That foul will be on Ahmad Belton Jr., number 30, their big guy. That's his second, team 3rd.
Oak Ridge ball underneath the goal will be Jonathan Stewart to work the ball in, the senior, from the baseline. Looks to his left, gives it into Kell, gives it back to Milloway. Milloway in the paint, and the Wildcats turn the ball over. 2-point game, 14-12 the score. Here comes Central down the floor. Great start for Central here. The Wildcats not so sharp. 3:12 to play here, but when you're in foul trouble, here's a steal by Updegraft. Jamison coming down the floor. Jamison wanted to give it to Jonathan Stewart. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Central. That was going to be a layup there, but Jamison just couldn't quite get it to him, and it'll be Oak Ridge basketball side front court. Once again, it'll be Oak Ridge to work the ball in. Jonathan works it into Jonathan Milloway. Back to Stafford. Stafford Shanklin. Top of the circle. Back to Milloway. Launches a 3 on its way. Good. 3-point shot for Jonathan Milloway. And now he passes Jeremy Miller with more 3-point shots. 17-12 the score. I meant to kid him about that. 2:47 to play first quarter. 17-12 Wildcats. Here comes Central at the free throw line. A one-handed jumper is up. Good. Count it. And another foul against Oak Ridge. So says Mr. Queener. It'll be Central going to the free throw line.
That foul will be going against Flip Thompson. He just entered the game, so picked up a quick foul. Back was good by Darian Bailey as his free throw's up, no good.
Milloway on the rebound. Down the floor goes to Flip. Flip Thompson brings it across to the midcourt line. Dribbles right, lost the ball, grabs it back once again. In a lot of trouble. Comes cross court with a terrible pass, but it's picked off by Jonathan, who goes inside to Stafford for the shot. No good. Rebound. That was over the back, and he didn't call it. That was definitely over the back right there. Stafford. The ball was knocked out by Central anyway, but that should have been a foul right there. Not getting preferential treatment here on our home floor as Wildcats working this. Stafford Shanklin hammered, and now Queener calls one. It's going to be a personal foul against Central. Wildcats in the lead, 17-14. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Jonathan Stewart will try to work it in. Yet to do so. Got knocked away, saved away by Kell. Kell with the basketball around a screen by Milloway. Drives right, pulls up, shoots a 3, and a moving screen is going to be called against Jonathan Milloway, and he did that. Oak Ridge by 3. It'll be Central basketball. Play is halted. A timeout is asked for. The Wildcats in some foul trouble here, Mark. I think that's Jonathan's second. 10 team fouls against the Wildcats. 10-4. 2:16 to play here in the first period. Your thoughts here?
Well, just looking at the fouls, I mean, Jeremy Miller has 2, Jonathan Milloway with 2, Lucas Searcy with 2 as well. So 3 of the 5 starters with 2 fouls early on. Flip Thompson has 1, Kel Slater with 1, Jonathan Stewart 1, and Coach Green has 1 as well. It's been a while.
Wow. So in 10 team fouls and double bonus from here on out, as the Wildcat lead is only 3, 17-14. That's one thing they cannot do. The Wildcats do have a lot of depth, but they can't get into much foul trouble here because, they just can't. Here comes Central down the floor. Wildcats by 3. Central with the basketball. 2:10 to play in the quarter as the Bobcats throw the ball away. The Oak Ridge basketball, Stafford is going to come out of the ball game, I think. Nope, he's going to inbound it. He was headed towards the sideline. Stafford Shanklin in the ball game. Kel Slater in the ball game. Jeremy's sitting on the bench right now. Wildcats have Jonathan Milloway in the contest. Jonathan Stewart as Kel goes to the hole. No good. Milloway on the rebound. No call. Ball's knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Central almost getting a block shot there, but the Wildcats will get it. It'll be Jonathan Stewart to work the ball in. Trying to get the ball in. Comes into Kel Slater right in front of the Central bench. He attacks to the top. Works the ball in for an 8-footer. It's going to be way short. Might have been deflected. Taken away by Central. The Wildcats not sharp here in the first half. Bobcat basketball. Oak Ridge in the lead by 3, and there's a travel. No, it's an offensive player control foul. Moving screen. Winner's all about those tonight as the Wildcats have the lead 17-14, a minute 44 to play here in the first period. It seems like this quarter has gone on forever as the Wildcats have the lead by 3. Mark?
Moore checks out for the game, David. They're best player by far. He checks out with 1 point and 2 fouls.
Oak Ridge basketball, they lob it into Milloway. Underneath the goal, he's held and fouled, and Jonathan's going to go to the free throw line. Jonathan Milloway comes into this game with 771 career points. Not a shooting violation, they say. Just caught it on the floor as the Wildcats get Nick Dallas in the ball game for the first time. Jonathan works it into Kel. He throws the ball away. Intercepted by Central. They work it in for a layup, and it's good. Wildcats turn the ball over, and it's a 1-point game. 17-16, the Wildcats with the ball. Wildcats, Jonathan Stewart, over goes to Kel, to Stafford Shanklin. Dribbles at the free throw line, stops, nearly stripped to the ball, hammered, no place to go except to shoot it, and he does, and it's good. Stafford knocks it down. It's 19-16. Here come the Bobcats down the floor. We're down to a minute 6 to play, first quarter, 19-16 Oak Ridge. The Wildcats on defense with Jamison Updegraft, Kel Slater, along with Stafford Shanklin. Here's a free throw line jumper, short, rebounded by Nick Dallas. Dallas pushes it up to Jamison Updegraft. Jamison throws the ball, intending it for Jonathan, taken away by Central. A little bit quick with the pass. They get a finger roll layup. It's on its way up there. And it's no good. Rebounded by Jamison. Jamison down the floor for the Wildcats to Jonathan Stewart. Top of the key for 3. Good. 3-point shot. It's a big shot right there for Jonathan. And Oak Ridge has its biggest lead at 6. 22-16 the score. Here come the Bobcats down the floor. Closing moments here of the first quarter. 22-16 the Wildcats in the lead. 22 seconds to play here in the first period. Central basketball. They work the ball to number 14 in the ball game. That is Nick Ellis. They work the ball down low to Belton's, and he is fouled. Belton is belted by the Wildcats. I think it's going to go against Stafford, and a personal foul will send against Kel. Kel Slater is called with a foul, and it'll send the Bobcats to the line, and they trail 22-16. Free throw is good. At the line is Andrew Hill. He'll have another one. 12.5 seconds to play here. Back to the free throw line. Hill. Shot is up. No good. Rebound. Another big Hill. Nick Dallas. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Kel Slater. 22-17. The Wildcats in the lead. Kel penetrates. Shoots from the free throw line. Short. Rebound. Stafford Shanklin. Saved by Jonathan. Launches one at the buzzer. No good as the first quarter comes to a close. So we've played one quarter basketball here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge on top of Central. 22-17. We'll be back with the second period in a moment. Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena here. 22-17 the score. Tomorrow we're in Cleveland. Tuesday back here at the Wildcat Arena as Oak Ridge takes on the Halls Red Devils. We'll find out Tuesday if the governor is going to lift the restrictions. Right now we only have immediate family members allowed in the gymnasiums anywhere across the state of Tennessee. We'll find out Tuesday if he's going to kind of ease those restrictions. Right now, Mark and I talked about this last night in the Clinton girls game that we don't think they will, but you never know. 3-point shot by Central is good. Man, that was a long shot, and it's 22-20. Wildcats cannot get any separation against the Central Bobcats. As Jonathan Stewart thought about shooting a three and then decided he was going to pass it into Milloway and turn the ball over. Wildcats up by 2, but Central has a chance to tie or take the lead. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Central will be Oak Ridge with the basketball. Jeremy Miller has re-entered the lineup for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge has Kel Slater running the point. Wildcats in terrible foul trouble here, and team fouls for sure. Jonathan Milloway's in. Lucas Searcy's back in the ball game. Oak Ridge ball. Milloway gets it on the left block, goes in for the shot. Good. Jonathan Milloway scores, and that's what the Wildcats need to do. Just take advantage of the big guy inside, and Oak Ridge's lead is back up to 4. 24-20 the score. Central with the basketball. 7:11 to play first half. Wildcats and Bobcats here. Here comes Central driving in. Block shot by Milloway. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. 3-on-1 break. Miller to Jonathan. Back to Jeremy Miller for the layup. It's up, and it is good. 26-20. Oak Ridge back up by 6. The starters back in the ball game, and Central throws the ball away. Wildcats are going to get it, so the Wildcats bring the starters back in the ball game for the most part, and they're starting to play a little bit better basketball here. Can't commit fouls as Jonathan Stewart prepares to work the ball in. Then it comes to Milloway. Milloway holds the ball, looks down low, and then Jonathan Milloway is just belted. And you know who he's belted by, Mark?
Beltran.
Yes, it'll be a foul called against Central, and I believe finally the Wildcats will be shooting one and the bonus. To the free throw line will go Jonathan Milloway. His free throw percentage coming down here. He's always been a good free throw shooter, but right now he's at 59.6%. That one's good. Nice little stroke there. 27-20. The Wildcat lead is up to 7. Trying to make it 8. That would be the biggest lead of the night for the Wildcats. Jonathan Milloway. He told me he's just under 6'7". I asked him how many people a day ask him how tall he is, and he said it happens all the time. Second free throw, good. 28-20 the score. Nobody really asks me that question. Here's a steal momentarily by Kel. I'm going to say the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. Nobody really asks me how tall I am. They say, how short are you, but never how tall. Here comes Central with the basketball. They'll work the ball in. 28-20 Wildcats as we play here in the second period. Here comes Moore down the floor to the free throw line. Throws up a one-handed runner. Up, no good. Rebounded by Kel. Kel Slater down the floor. Down the right side. All the way to the hole. Takes it to the glass. Good. That's a great drive by Kel Slater, and the Wildcats have their biggest lead. It's up to 10 at 30-20. Great drive by Kel.
Yeah, would you believe that's his first 2 points of the ball game, David? As almost an interception by Milloway, as far as just trying to figure out how it's going to end up. But Milloway tried to deflect the pass. He does, but it goes out of bounds.
6:21 to play here in the first half. 10-point Wildcat lead. Moore with a fadeaway jumper is good. That boy can shoot. He is really good-looking player, and a timeout is asked for by Coach Andy Hill. 30-22 is our score. We've got 6:06 to play, 6:15 to play here in the first half. Mark, a few too many turnovers, too many fouls. The Wildcats in a tough one, just like we saw over at Central last Tuesday.
Yeah, but as I promised you, David, it's a fast-paced game. I mean, no one is holding on to the ball very long. It's up and down the court, so both teams will. I guess Oak Ridge plays again tomorrow. I was thinking both teams would like to have, a restful weekend, but the Wildcats don't get that luxury as they will go down to Cleveland tomorrow.
And we'll have those games for you on the radio, on the internet, on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on prepradio.com. Down the floor with the basketball. You might remember when we were at Central last Tuesday, the Wildcats trailed 11-8 after one quarter. So this is nothing unusual as Jonathan Stewart drives to the hole. Good, count it, and he's fouled. Jonathan Stewart with an opportunity for a three-point play.
Great job that time by Jonathan Stewart, David. He picks up his 8th point of the night. It'll be his first attempt from the free throw line as the Wildcats have a 10-point lead. So Jonathan Stewart with an opportunity to extend the lead to 11.
And that would be the biggest lead of the night for the Wildcats. His toss is up. No good. Rebound, Jeremy Battles. And it's taken away by Central. With the basketball, Darian Bailey. Bailey coming down the floor. Picked up by Jonathan Stewart at the midcourt circle. Brings the ball across with a pass to Moore. Moore, guarded by Kell now, drives past him to the left extension of the free throw line. Works the ball to the corner. Back he goes for a three on its way. Hits the rim. No good. Long rebound, Central. Coming down with a board. They get a shot up. Good. Bobcats scored. It's 32-24 with 5:37 to play. The Wildcat lead is 8. Down the floor will come Kel Slater. The Wildcats going for the triple sweep tonight over Central. The girls' junior varsity won as the Wildcats work it into Milloway for the shot. Good. Milloway scores. At first, when he released that pass, Mark, I didn't think it had enough room to get through there, but Jonathan caught it cleanly, and it's a 10-point Wildcat lead. Here's Central back the other way, and they score. Defense has not been the strong suit here in this ball game, but as you like this kind of a ball game, up and down the floor. Kell for three on its way. No good. Rebound to Central. Wildcats by 8. 34-26. Here comes Moore stopping for a three. Pulls up. Wanted to shoot it, and he does, and it's good. And just like that, we've got a close ball game once again. It's only a 5-point game. The Wildcats down the floor. Here comes Jonathan Stewart. He launches a three. Hits good. 3-point shot for Jonathan. And down the floor will come the Bobcats once again. It was low scoring at Central in the first half. We've got 4.5 minutes to play, and we've already eclipsed the halftime score from last Tuesday with 4:30 to play in the second quarter. Oak Ridge on top 37-29. Here comes a shot. No good. Wildcats got to do a better job on the glass. There's some contact. An offensive player control foul is going to be called against Darian Bailey. A little bit of a bump foul, but I think he did kind of disrupt his flow to try to get that loose ball, and the foul goes against the Central Bobcats. 37-29 the score. Oak Ridge in the lead. 4:21 to play. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Moving left to right. Central, are you surprised they don't try to press us any?
Yeah, I am actually. I mean, they by far, clearly they have the athletes that can, run and disrupt it. Oh, nice move there by Jeremy Miller, David. Moore set up for the charge, but Miller just in the air moves his body so he did not make any contact.
Oak Ridge by 10, 39-29 the score. Central Moore for three. Boy, he is on fire tonight, Marquez. He drops in another three. We've talked about how good he can shoot the basketball, and he's putting on a clinic tonight for his Bobcats. Oak Ridge ball. Kel Slater with it. Oak Ridge in the lead, 39-32. Kell for three. Up, no good. Long rebound is no good. That was funny. Jonathan Stewart went up for the rebound right there, and I think he jumped just a hair too soon, and the ball went over his head. That was funny, if not for the fact that the Wildcats give the ball back over to Central.
Yeah, I think he was trying to overemphasize some contact when he went up.
7-point Wildcat lead, 39-32, 3:24 to play in the second quarter. Central basketball, once again, backing up with it. Greg Moore, great shooter, picked up by Jonathan Stewart. He dribbles to his right. Jonathan tries to pick him up. He pulls up, shoots another three. This one's no good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be a foul against Central. I think Stafford Shanklin got fouled and pushed from the backside, and that's going to send Oak Ridge to the other end of the floor. 3:09 to play first half, 39-32 Wildcats. Flip Thompson comes back in the ball game for the Wildcats. He'll take over at the point position. Milloway has taken a seat as well. We're going to shoot free throws on the other end. Mark, at halftime at Central last Tuesday, the Wildcats led by 6, 27-21. Already it's 39-32. Coach Green's not going to be too happy about the defense in this one.
No, there's the 3:09 remaining in the first half, David. So, yeah, I mean, and, a little over 10 more points per team. Should be a 1-1, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here. As the first free throw by Stafford Shanklin's up, no good. Most everybody there thought it was a two-shot foul.
Was it a lane violation there?
No.
And here comes Central down the floor. 8-point game, 40-32. Jeremy Miller's in the ball game trying to guard Moore, and he launches a three. And before that, he turns the ball over. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 3:02 to play. Offensive player control foul, I think, against Central. And it'll be Oak Ridge basketball side midcourt. Oak Ridge has Stafford Shanklin in the ball game. Jeremy Miller, Flip Thompson is in the contest now for the Wildcats, running the point for Kell, giving him a little bit of a break. Wildcats also have in the game Jonathan Stewart, and the Wildcats also have Lucas Searcy in the ball game. Oak Ridge basketball. With it, out to the top, it goes to Lucas, top of the circle, finds Jeremy free, takes his man one-on-one to the right block, pulls up as he drives in, puts in a bucket, good. Wildcats score, and it's 42-32, back to a 10-point game. But we've seen this story before. The Wildcats have built up a 10-point lead before, only to see the Bobcats just pop in a couple threes here. Little screen right there set, and then Central went past the screen and they throw the ball away. 2:20 to play in the first half. Lots of action, lots of scoring. 42-32, the Wildcats in the lead. Very exciting ball game, though, Mark.
Yeah, it is. I see Jonathan Stewart getting a little chatty out there. One thing I noticed was Greg Moore has a three-pointers up and good by Lucas Searcy. He now has 5 points in the ballgame. Oak Ridge lead by 13, 45-32. But Moore had 1 point at the end of the first quarter, has 12 here in the second quarter.
23rd career three-pointer for Lucas Searcy. 2:02 to play, and Lucas has more than Jonathan Milloway, so that's one thing we can say. A minute 56 to play here. 45-32, 13-point advantage. Here's a shot short, rebounded by Lucas. Lucas Searcy coming down the floor. I know his grandmother's watching us tonight, and we appreciate her support this year. Gets his own rebound on a missed shot, no good. Stafford back up, good. Stafford scores, and it's 47-32, and the Wildcats have their biggest lead at 15 points. Here come the Bobcats down the floor. Oh, that's got to be close to a double dribble. Here's a three-pointer. It's up, and it is no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Here comes Stafford at the free throw line. He shoots from there, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Central's number 5, Andrew Hill, I believe. Down the floor will come the Bobcats. They'll set it up once again. They have Jalen Harris in the ball game. They have Greg Moore. He's dribbling. And they'll set it up with a minute 12 to play. 15-point Oak Ridge lead. 47-32 the score. Stafford with a steal. Battles for the loose ball. It's on the ground, picked up by the Bobcats. Central comes back across the line. Great play. Jeremy Miller sweeps it out of the hands of the Bobcats. Jeremy coming down the floor. Coast to coast. Here's the alley-oop to Stafford Shanklin, and he throws the ball away. So the Wildcats never really looked comfortable on that trip down the floor, and Central will have the basketball coming back the other way. Darian Bailey will work the ball in. The Wildcats putting a little bit more pressure in the rear court against Greg Moore. At halftime, we'll have statistics of the girls' big win tonight, their 100th victory over the Central Lady Bobcats. We'll have halftime stats as well of this game. 47-32, the Wildcats in the lead by 15. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Bobcats. As we broadcast here from the Wildcat Arena, we'll be back here on Tuesday as the Wildcats take on the Halls Red Devils. And that'll be another big district ball game. That Halls team knocked off the Clinton Dragons a couple weeks ago, surprisingly, as Central drives left elbow, pulls up, shoots from there, good. Nice shot by the Bobcats, and it's 47-34. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Flip still running the point. Closing moments of the first half here at the Wildcat Arena. In an up-and-down affair here, 47-34. This is the kind of game we kind of expected. Central's got the athletes to match with Oak Ridge. They've got some great shooters, and they have a great individual talent and more. Jonathan Stewart drives to the hole. Shot is no good. A little bit of contact. Jonathan wanted a foul as the final shot is launched, hits the rim, but it's no good as the first half comes to a close. Well, it wasn't a pretty first half of basketball if you're a defensive guru, but it was fun to watch if you like a lot of scoring. The Wildcats have the lead 47-34. Mark, your thoughts on the first half.
I thought, the Wildcats started out a little slow, but they kind of got it together. They trailed. I think we said they trailed 8-2, and then I think they outscored them 9-0, either 7-0 or 9-0. Wildcats didn't start quite the way that Coach Green wanted them to, but have since come on and just really kind of frustrated the Central Bobcats and have been able to take a 13-point lead at the half, 47-34.
We're going to take a break here. We appreciate you listening or watching our broadcast here, whether on YouTube, prepradio.com, or your smartphones, or on the Channel 15 simulcast. Our commercial advertisers. These are sponsors. We've had some other local people contribute money to us, and we definitely appreciate that. We didn't really think we'd be streaming all the ball games, and there is a little bit of a cost to it, but we're willing to do it to get our fans the look of the broadcast from wherever we might be. Now at the Wildcat Arena, we've been able to stream since the first of the year, and we'll be streaming again down in Cleveland. Fox Insurance Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho, Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, and 8 or 10 community members have made donations, and we appreciate them. We appreciate everybody who helps us with our broadcast here. We're not here to make money. We're here to make memories for the Wildcat fans and the players. 47-34 is our score. We'll take a break. When we come back, Mark will have the first half statistics, and he'll recap the Lady Wildcats' big win tonight, 72-26. We'll be back with Mark and the stats in a moment. David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena. The Wildcats on top 47-34 at the half. Mark, you've got the first half statistics.
Thanks very much, David. Leading scorer for the Wildcats, Jonathan Milloway. I want you to listen to the stats, David. He is 5 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So Jonathan Milloway, perfect on the night. Jeremy Miller has 11 for the Wildcats, 5 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So almost perfect by Jeremy Miller, half of the M&M crew. Let's see, with 11 points, Jonathan Stewart having a fine game tonight. He's 3 of 5 from the field. with 5 points. Stafford Shanklin, he's come off the bench to add those 5 points. 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Lucas Searcy, also with 5 points for the Wildcats. He has started for the Wildcats. He's 2 of 4 from the field. And then 2 points have been added by Kel Slater. As I said, I was kind of surprised to see that he went the entire first quarter without scoring. He was 0 for 4 in the first quarter, 1 for 4 from two-point land in the second quarter. He was 1 of 6 overall from the field. So as a team, the Wildcats were 19 of 31 from the field. They're 14 of 22 from two-point land. They're 5 of 9 from beyond the three-point line, and they're 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. Now looking at the Bobcats of Central, they're led in scoring by Greg Moore. Not a big surprise there. He has 12 first half points. He had 1 at the end of the first quarter, so 11 points for Moore in the second quarter. 3 of the 3 threes helped get him to his total of 11 points in the second quarter. He's 4 of 7 from the field. 3 of 5 of those are from beyond the three-point line. He's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Darian Bailey also in double figures for the Bobcats. He's got 12. He's 6 of 13 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Ahmad Belton has 3 points and 3 fouls, so kind of a pair there. He's 1 of 1 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Jalen Harris has started for the Bobcats. He has 4 points, 2 of 4 from the field. Andrew Hill came off the bench to add 2 points for the Bobcats. He's 1 of 2 from the field. And Keith Perez has 1 point for the Bobcats, 1 of 2 from the line. As a team, the Bobcats are 14 of 28 from the field. They're 11 of 20 from two-point land, 3 of 8 from beyond the three-point line, and 3 of 9 from the free throw line. Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 22 to 17, and then they outscored the Bobcats 25 to 17 in the second quarter to take a 47 to 34 halftime lead. David?
Lady Wildcats also win their ball game tonight. Why don't you run down the scoring of their game?
Okay, as you said, Lady Wildcats victorious tonight, 72-26. Leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats, Kamari Mitchell-Steen with 27. Samaj Clark added 16 for the Wildcats. Gracie Herring with 12. Lauren Hart had 6. Cannon Green had 7. Hope Holt with 2. Amari Stewart with 2 as well. And that rounds out the scoring for Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcats always led in the ball game. After the first quarter, they led 26-2, outscoring the Lady Bobcats 24-9 in the second quarter, take a halftime lead of 50-11. Lady Wildcats continued to outscore the Lady Bobcats in the third quarter by 18-11 to take a 68-22 lead. And then both teams, as I said earlier, score 4 points apiece in the fourth quarter. Final score, Lady Wildcats victorious tonight, 72-26.
And the Lady Wildcats are now 10-1 on the year, 6-0 in District 3 play. The Lady Wildcats all alone in first place, but only a 1-game lead over the Powell Panthers. And we'll check what Powell did tonight. I just don't see Powell losing to any other team in our district right now. Wildcats come into this game 12-3. They are 7-0 in the district. Central has only played 7 total ball games. The Wildcats playing in their 16th ball game, but you wouldn't know it. As I look out on the floor, and I just noticed this for the first time, Caden Updegraft. Coach Green told me after the game last night that he has a little bit of a tweaked knee. He is not dressed out here tonight. He is shooting down on the floor, so he can't be really bad. But I guess just a precaution, and Caden Updegraft is not available, it looks like, to play tonight. We're just about to start the second half of the ball game. The Wildcats on top 47-34. Reminder once again, tomorrow, Wildcats traveling down to Cleveland to take on the Blue Raiders. 6 o'clock will be our tip-off time for the girls' game. The boys' game will be at 7:30. We'll be on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We'll be on prepradio.com. We'll simulcast on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and we'll be on FM 92.7 and FM 94.7 if you're driving around in your cars. And you also can listen on your smartphones to our broadcast on prepradio.com. Wildcats are going to get the ball first as we start play here in the second half. The Wildcats trying to go 8-0 in the district against arguably the second most athletic team in the district. Oak Ridge ball, and we're underway. The Wildcats come out with the original starting five: Lucas Searcy, Jeremy Miller, Jonathan Stewart, Jonathan Milloway, and Jonathan gets the first 2 points of the second half, and it's 49-34. Nice little ball movement there, and the Wildcats will put on a little pressure. 49-34, back to a 15-point advantage for the Wildcats. Central with the basketball. Nearly a steal by Lucas, saved away by the Bobcats. In the paint, Belton Jr. off the glass, good. 49-26. Back the other way quickly comes Kel Slater. Kel with a low point total tonight here as the Wildcats work it out for a three. They don't take the shot. Ball's knocked out of bounds, last touched by Central. Lucas loves that corner over there, and he just couldn't get the shot up because it was knocked out of his hands. Oak Ridge basketball, Jonathan Stewart will work it in. Then it comes Jeremy Miller inside the paint, goes inside. What's the call? It is going to be a foul called against your Central Bobcats, and that's going to send Jeremy Miller to the free throw line. Jeremy has 11 points in the ball game, and he is trying to hit the 1,000 mark, and he'll probably do that in the next 2 weeks or so if he continues on the pace that he is at. Jeremy's free throw is up, no good. Now the Wildcats and the Lady Wildcats have really struggled from three-point range recently and from the free throw line. There's a missed shot by Jeremy. He'll go back to the line trying to give his team a half century, and he does. 50-26 the score. The Wildcats in the lead. 7:16 to play here in this third quarter as the Bobcats work the ball across the line. With it will come number 4. That is Darian Bailey. Picked up by Kell. Harassed by Kell. He goes back door. They're going to give it to Moore, and that's nearly a walk. Here's a block shot. Rebounded by Lucas Searcy. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Lucas with it across the time stripe. Finds Jonathan Stewart for 3. A little bit too strong. Rebound to the Bobcats. Here comes Central down the floor. Moving left to right as we play here in this second period. Wildcats in their all-white jerseys, cardinal and black, as the Bobcats throw it to Oliver Springs. With that pass, it'll be Oak Ridge basketball on their turnover. 50-26 our score. My name is David Clary, voice of the Wildcats for most people's lives listening to this broadcast. Mark and Shauna Hayes with us. Jordan Osborne doing camera work. James Branson here as well. 6:34 to play. Third quarter, 50-36 to score. Oak Ridge basketball. Kell looks back door, goes inside. Here's a shot. No good. Battled for and taken away by Central. Missed shot there by the Wildcats' Lucas Searcy. Here comes Central down the floor. Pretty red jerseys here, white and black, as the Bobcats set it up to the right corner. We've got number 32 in the ball game, and that is Elijah Foster. Played a little bit in the first half. Here's a steal, great play, Jonathan Stewart to Jeremy Miller. Then he has the ball ripped right back out of his hands. Here comes Moore with the basketball. They get a 3 off in the corner. It's up good. 3-point shot. If you leave these guys open, Mark, they're pretty deadly from the outside. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Jonathan with it over to Kel Slater. 5:50 to play third quarter. 50-39 the Wildcats. Lucas Searcy for 3. He's pretty deadly, but he missed that one. Rebounded by Jonathan Stewart. Comes out of there with a dribble. Finds Kell free. The lefty puts up a 3. It's short. Rebounded by Central. Wildcats getting a little bit lazy with the 3-point shooting there. Need to work the ball back inside, I believe, to Jonathan Milloway.
Yeah, Milloway's proven that he's very effective inside. I know he really got beaten around at Central last week, but it kind of has just started to be that way as Moore takes another 3 for Central. No good. Rebounded by number 1 for them. He puts it back up. That's Harris. No good. Rebounded again by Central.
The Bobcats getting the long caroms, and it'll be Central setting it up once again. Here it goes to Darian Bailey. Oak Ridge on top by 11. 50-29 is our score. Wildcat basketball. Working the ball right side. Continuing to dribble. Out to the top it goes. Central goes in for the shot. Rolls off the rim. Belton Jr. has his shot blocked. That was a clean block there. It looked from my vantage point. They're going to call a foul on Jonathan Milloway, though.
Yeah, he kind of blocked that from behind. I mean, he kind of reached behind himself, so he wasn't squared up to him trying to, block him. So part of it was his positioning, I think, why he got called for the foul.
50-39 our score. Back to the free throw line. Central. Free throw is short. Belton Jr. struggled at the free throw line when we played them at Central. He was 2 for 6 at the free throw line. He'll have another one here. Toss on his way up there, and he missed them both. This time Milloway does have the rebound. Here come the Wildcats down the floor, leading 50-39, an 11-point advantage for the Wildcats. Here comes Oak Ridge. Kel Slater with it to the top. It goes to Milloway, hands it off to Jeremy. Thought about a three, dribbles in, no place to go. Backs it up with a pass to Kel Slater, who falls down, and the ball goes rolling out of bounds, and over and back is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Not exactly sure what happened to Kel there. He lost his footing and went down, and Central can cut the lead once again.
Yeah, I don't think there was any kind of foul or anything. I don't even know if there was any contact. He just lost his balance and went down.
Central basketball, Wildcats holding on to the lead 50-39, but no lead is safe. I just don't feel comfortable at all here, Mark, with the way these guys are athletic and can shoot. As they get a shot up, good. They knock it down, and it's 50-41, back to a 9-point game. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Stafford Shanklin, top of the key, thought about a three, pulled up, but didn't shoot it. Here it goes to Jeremy Miller along the baseline, kicks it out. Three-pointer, Lucas Searcy, good. You leave Lucas Searcy open like that, and you're going to pay. And he drops in another three, and play is halted with 3:48 to play here in the third quarter, 53-41. Lucas Searcy's got a nice shot, Marquez.
Yes, he does. As the Central head coach picked up the technical foul, so going to the line will be Mr. Perfect tonight, Jonathan Milloway.
And he'll go to the line. And, he should have gotten technical fouls when we were at Central the other day. He was out on the floor arguing from start to finish.
Yeah. He's a very fiery, some people would say passionate coach. So, I agree that he should have had it. Jonathan Milloway makes his first free throw.
Back to the line he goes, 54-41. He knocks them both down. And the Wildcat lead is 55-41. The Wildcats will get the ball side court. This is a district ball game. The Wildcats are undefeated in the district. They stand at 7-0. Central comes in at 1-2. One of those losses to Oak Ridge last Tuesday. Oak Ridge ball, and it comes to Kel Slater, and we're with the basketball once again. Getting late in the third quarter here, 3:42 to play officially. The Wildcats put Jonathan Stewart in the left corner, lobs it into Milloway. That's an easy bucket. Great pass by Jonathan Stewart to his senior classmate, Jonathan Milloway, and the Wildcats are up by 16 once again. Nice play.
It was as Milloway comes down, blocks a shot of Belton.
Down the floor goes once again Oak Ridge, and the Wildcats almost turned the ball over. The ball is knocked out of bounds. 3:18 to play, third quarter, 57-41, a 16-point advantage for the Wildcats. The Lady Wildcats won 72-26. The JV won 52-35. And now we have a timeout here. 3:18 to play. Conversation between the officials. Coach Green, both Greens, Danny and Aaron Green, along with Ronnie Scott and Coach Tyler Cate and Coach Ted Mitchell, talking with the Wildcats. 3:18 to play, third quarter, 57-41. Mark, Tuesday night, the Halls Red Devils come to call. Halls is a team we put 100 on early part of the year, the first part of the first district ball game of the year. That Halls team beat Clinton, so they're very, very capable. Obviously, playing much better basketball this year, and I look forward to that game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing them on Tuesday, David. I was not able to make the first game that we played them when we played them at Halls. So I'm interested in getting a look at Halls and see what they bring to the table this year.
57-41, that'll be Tuesday night at the Wildcat Arena. And then a week from tonight, the Wildcats will be on the road at Anderson County. Take on the Mavericks. Jonathan Milloway thought of the teams that we have played so far that he thought that Anderson County was the best team we've played this year. We'll see. Oak Ridge, great pass from Flip Thompson into Stafford Shanklin, and it's good. That's a great pass. Flip, he doesn't score a whole lot of points, Mark, but he's pretty good at getting those assists, and that's what you want from your point guard.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that during the week this week, David, is he's really good. He's more your typical point guard where he'll drive and he'll find the open players. Another foul is assessed against Oak Ridge. That'll be Stafford Shanklin. That'll be his first, team second of the half. To the line will be Moore. I'm sorry, David. Moore has 12 points in the ball game. Now he has 13. He's 2 of 3 from the line.
59-42. The Wildcats in the lead. Back to the line, Moore. Second toss, good. He is one good-looking player. I mean, he's one of the better players, obviously, in the district for sure. He's a great shooter. 16-point Oak Ridge lead. Stafford with it. Flip's going to take a three. It's on its way. No good. Rebounded by Stafford. Shanklin, no good. Rebounded by Central. Here come the Bobcats down the floor. They're going to get a layup, and they scored. 59-45 the score. Wildcats in the lead. Down the floor once again will come the Wildcats. Flip's going to bring it across the line. 59-45 Oak Ridge. Jeremy Miller, Jonathan Stewart looks to Jonathan Milloway. Belton belts him around. Here it goes to Stafford Shanklin. 2:21 to play. Stafford, an off-balance shot. Good, but it's pretty. 61-45 the score, and timeout is asked for by Coach Green. Talked about this several times with you, with Coach Green, and with Jeremy and Jonathan Milloway on the TV show. Stafford Shanklin, by far, is the most improved basketball player on this team. No doubt, in my mind.
Yeah, he's done a great job. I've been impressed with Lucas Urshi, how he's come on from last year. He was not the impact player last year. I mean, his three looks really good this year. So we got several players who have really stepped it up from last year to this year.
Flip Thompson is another one. Jamison Updegraff's making a big surge, too. Lucas was hurt last year and kind of played through it, had surgery right before the season started. So he kind of played injured last year. And now we see what Lucas Urshi can do and what he'll be bringing to the table next year as well. 61-45 the score. Here come the Bobcats down the floor. Greg Moore with it, guarded by Jonathan Stewart. Right now it looks like whenever the top guy, that's got to be a charge. What did he call? It's going to be a block. Personal foul, blocking foul against the Wildcats. Nick Dallas is in the ball game. It looked like we were in pretty good position there. The bucket for the Bobcats
was good.
Right, was good, and they have an opportunity for a three-point play. And in a moment, I think there might be a substitution coming into the ball game in a moment. And I believe he's going to come in after the free throw, depending on if he's able to knock it down. Here it is. It's up, and it is no good. High for the rebound goes Stafford Shanklin. Here come the Wildcats back the other way, up by 14. Kell to the hole. Shot is no good, and he is going to be fouled. Personal foul will go against Central with 2:01 to play in the third period. And Kell Slater, quiet night for Kell, Mark. Typically he's been in double figures, but tonight it's been slow going for him.
Yeah, he only has 2 points on the night, David. Number 32 picked up that foul. That'll be his fourth, so he's going to go spend some time on the bench with the coach.
Free throw is good by Kell Slater. It's 62-47. Central substituting. Looks like Andrew Hill's back in the ball game. They're going to get Perez back in the contest. They still have Jalen Harris and Greg Moore in the ball game, along with Darian Bailey. Wildcats have Jonathan Stewart, Stafford Shanklin, Kell Slater, and Kell knocks down the shots. Back to a 16-point Oak Ridge lead. The Wildcats are putting on pressure in the rear court. Ball comes into Greg Moore, and here come the Bobcats. 2 minutes to play here. Third period, the Wildcats on top, 63-47. For the basketball, Central, left corner. They shoot a three. Clang off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Great rebound. Kell Slater to the hole. Shot is good, and he is fouled. And that is a beautiful play there by Kell Slater.
Yeah, it was, but, Nick Dallas really impressed me on that rebound. If you watch that, David, Nick Dallas had not hardly touched the ball at all. As soon as he touched it, he was kicking it down the court. Great rebound by Nick Dallas and the way he got it down to Kell Slater. But, credit to Kell Slater with finishing that off. Just a great athletic play.
I think people underestimate the quickness of Nick Dallas because of his size. He's got quick feet. He really does have quick feet. He's a big boy for sure, but he's got a nice shot, and he plays really, really hard. I know he loves the game of basketball. Had a great year in football for us as well. Free throw is missed, and back down the floor will come Central. Oak Ridge on top, 65-47, 18-point advantage for the Wildcats, their biggest lead. Central with the basketball. It's funny how just the Wildcats just are able to just wear teams down, Mark, as another foul is going to be called against Central.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened last time Oak Ridge played Central. It was tight for the entire game, but then in the fourth quarter, the Wildcats just kind of warmed down, and it helped with more fouling out at the end of the game. But they just kind of wear them out and really open up the lead in the latter part of the game.
Stay tuned after the ball game. I'll be speaking to the head coach of the Wildcats as the Wildcats score again, Kel Slater, and the Wildcats now have a 20-point lead. So just slowly building the lead up, and the Wildcats lead 67-47 as we play here in the third quarter. Aaron Green will be joining us here. We'll have the final statistics. On a deflection, we're going to get a foul. And Nick looked like he was still out on the gridiron right there as he just ran right into a guy trying to get a turnover. Big guys, big linemen don't typically get their hands on the ball much in football, and I think he wanted one there, but a little bit too much contact, and the foul's called against Nick. It'll be Darian Bailey to work the ball in from just to the left of the bench of the Central Bobcats on the right side of the floor on the western half of the Wildcat Arena as the Wildcats, they're going to call a foul, I think, against Jonathan. Thought we got a clear and clean steal, but they're going to call the foul against the Wildcats. Oak Ridge playing with Stafford Shanklin, Nick Dallas, Jeremy Miller, Jonathan Stewart, Stafford Shanklin. Bobcat basketball trying to get the ball in. They do, and it comes to Hill. Andrew Hill, they work the ball, and then another whistle blows, and it's going to be Oak Ridge's basketball. I think he stepped on the sideline right in front of the central bench. It'll be Oak Ridge ball. We're in the third quarter, Oak Ridge by 20, 67-47. The Wildcats trying to go 8-0 in district play. They'll be in a non-district ball game tomorrow as Kel works it into Nick Dallas for the shot. Good. Nick Dallas has his first bucket, and it's 69-47. He just muscled that one up, Mark.
Yeah, he did, and he showed his quickness again, David, as Moore goes in for a loop-de-loop shot. No good, rebounded by the Wildcats.
Stafford down the floor, and he is going to be fouled. Personal foul is going to be called against Central. 26 seconds to play, third quarter. Here in the second half, it's been all Oak Ridge, 69-47. Wildcat basketball underneath the goal. That got Roger Mitchell on his feet at the Wildcat Arena here. As the Wildcats get the inbounds into Kel, he turns, he spins, he shoots, partially blocked, and they're going to call a foul against Central, and that's going to send Kel to the free throw line. 22.9 seconds to play. Third quarter, 69-47. Lady Wildcats behind. Once again, a big night, 27 points from Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Knock off the Lady Bobcats for their 100th win. They're 101 against Central all time. 72-26 was the final score. Last night, if you missed it, a lot of people didn't know we had a game last night. The Lady Wildcats knocked off Clinton for the 68th consecutive time, and they won their 100th game against them as well. So back-to-back nights, the Lady Wildcats have put their 100-win mark on two different teams, Clinton and Central. Here come the Bobcats, setting it out to the top to Jalen Harris, newly stripped of the ball, backs it over to Moore, picked up by Jonathan Stewart. I was going to say this a few moments ago. As Moore goes in, he's hammered by all of them. The personal foul is going to be called maybe against Jamison, maybe against Jonathan Stewart. Right now, it looks like the best player on the opposite team is going to be guarded each night by Jonathan Stewart. Jonathan seems to have emerged as our best defender.
Yeah, I noticed early on in the game, David, because I was, made a point to look at it. It looked like Jeremy Miller was on Moore. So, I think that they probably kind of move it around to keep the person covering him fresh.
Free throws made. Here come the Wildcats. Kel Slater's going to take it right to the rim. No good. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. The Wildcats lead Central 70-49. We appreciate all of you listening to our broadcast. We'll hope you'll join us in Cleveland tomorrow on YouTube, Prep Radio, or Channel 15, or on FM 92.7, Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, Tin Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, our sponsors. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter in a moment. Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena, the fourth and final quarter of the boys varsity ball game. The Wildcats trying to win game number 13. They're 12-3, 7-0 in the district. 2-game lead right now on your Clinton Dragons, who will play on January the 30th at the Don W. Lockhart Gym. That'll be a Saturday night ball game. It's originally scheduled for Friday the 29th, but Clinton has a lot of makeup games to go, and they don't want so many back-to-back games. Here's a Wildcats with the basketball. Lucas Searcy down the floor, gives it into Kell, kicks it out. Here comes a three. It's on its way. No good. Rebounded by Central. 7:39 to play, 70-49. The Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Central down the floor. They shoot up in a late footer. It's no good. Rebound to Lucas Searcy, and a foul is going to be called. Darian Bailey missed that last shot for the Central Bobcats. Mark, do you like this streaming from the Wildcat Arena? Creates a little bit more work for you and Shauna, but at least we're getting a chance to get the fans out there an opportunity to watch from the inside the Wildcat Arena, when right now only immediate family members are allowed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun challenge, doing something I've never done before. So, my librarian degree, really came in handy.
Free throw missed by the Wildcats, and with 7:27 to play down the floor with the basketball will come Central, and they will turn the ball over. Wildcats on top, 70-49. I want to keep emphasizing that tomorrow we are on the road for the first time in a while. Seems like forever since we've been on the road, but we will be in Cleveland as the Wildcats take on the Cleveland Blue Raiders. We'll have the broadcast on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. PrepRadio.com will also stream the ball game live video on Channel 15. The Wildcats get it into Milloway. He's stripped of the ball, saved by Jeremy. Tried to knock the ball off the body of one of the Bobcats, and he did. It's a hard pass, and good sportsmanship right there. You don't want to hurt somebody. Jeremy had to throw it a hard off of Jalen Harris of Central, and he hit him really hard and almost knocked him down, did knock him down, and Jeremy helps him up after that. But the Wildcats do save possession. 70-49, the Wildcats. Nice pass inside for the shot off the glass. Good for Jeremy Miller. It's a great feed, and the Wildcat lead is 72-49. Here comes Central down the floor. How many does Jeremy have now?
Jeremy now with 14 points in the ball game. David has more drives in. Nice shot by him. More for Central with 20 points.
And the Wildcat lead is 21 here, 72-51. Stafford Shanklin, the lefty, launches a three. Good. Stafford on fire once again from three-point land, and that's gives Oak Ridge a 24-point lead here, 75-51 the score. Central's got a good starting core, but after that, they just kind of run out of gas. As that shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Central. They'll set for another three. It's on its way. Hits the rim, no good. Long caroms taken away by Oak Ridge. The Wildcats have numbers. Jeremy Miller down the floor, and the shot is up, and it is good, and a timeout is asked for. 77-51. Looks like the Wildcats are going to go to 8-0. Right now, as the district stands, and I don't know what happens tonight or has happened tonight with the Clinton Dragons, but the Wildcats have a 2-game lead on Clinton in the district standings. And obviously, as we have said, and I'm going to say this again, people didn't understand this. Yes, they usually go on a rotation every year. This year, Campbell County was supposed to host the District 3 tournament. But because of COVID, the TSSAA decided they didn't want satellites. They wanted to have a central location at the highest seeds home gym. So if Oak Ridge boys can win the district, they will host the entire district tournament, and that'll be back-to-back years. That's never happened in District 3. Same with the girls. You could have a situation where the girls could be playing, if they don't win the district, they could be playing, say, at PAL in the Wildcat Boys Tournament here at the Wildcat Arena. That's probably not the way you'd like it. You'd actually like to see it actually at one gym, but that's just the way they've set it up. So that could create some logistical issues for us. Hopefully that will not be the case. Wildcats currently in the lead here, 77-51. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to play. So another good week of basketball in terms of district ball games. The Wildcats are going to beat Powell. The girls are going to beat Clinton and Powell and Central. The Wildcats and girls have one more game to play this week, and that'll be tomorrow at the Cleveland High School gym. We'll stream from there. Wildcat basketball Shot is on its way up. No good. Rebounded by Stafford. Up. No good. Tipped again. No good. Taken away by the Central Bobcats. They're in the rear court. Now bring the ball down the floor. 77-51. Wildcats beat Central. And the score, as there's a hard foul by Stafford. He knocks down the big guy down on the floor here, and it's going to be a foul against Oak Ridge. When we went to Central last week, the Wildcats won that ball game. 66-45 was the final score. Right now it's 77-51, so a totally different kind of ball game as that free throw is up, and it is good. It's been all Oak Ridge in the second half here, Mark.
Yeah, it has been as we lead by 25, 77-52. Beltran's second free throw up and good. He now has 7 points in the ball game.
Down the floor they'll come, 77-53. The Wildcats with 5 minutes to play in the ball game, leading Central. Wildcat basketball, Jonathan Stewart, Kel Slater in the ball game. Stafford Shanklin gets it at the right elbow, shoots from there. It's on its way. It's up, no good. Rebounded out of bounds, last touched by the Wildcats, Lucas Searcy. Jeremy Miller's in the ball game for the Wildcats. Lucas, Jonathan, Kel. Looks like Flip's going to come back in the ball game for the Wildcats. Flip Thompson. Flip Thompson's older brother, he was a fine Wildcat on the basketball floor and on the football field. Herbert Booker is the big brother to Flip Thompson. And Flip's in the ball game right now playing the point, I believe. Actually, is that Darian Stewart in the ball game? No, that's as the Wildcats are going to get a steal. Down the floor behind the back dribble and a shot off the glass by Jeremy Miller. That was a thing of beauty. Jeremy kind of a gypsy dude with his dribble and then made a nice little spinning, turning, whirling shot. Kind of contorted his body to get it to go in, and the Wildcat lead is 79-53. The basketball will come. The Bobcats, here's a shot, no good, and another foul. I thought we were going to get out of here pretty early here tonight. We had the running clock in the girls' ball game, but this one has taken a while here tonight. It's beginning to take its toll on me. We've had so much basketball. Hopefully we'll have enough energy tomorrow. The weather forecast calls for a little bit of winter weather. Hopefully we won't have snow as we make our trek down to Cleveland. Remember, only immediate family members are allowed in the gymnasium for those guys at Central. So can't have the regular fans. Hopefully someday by the end of this season, hopefully by tournament time, hopefully for sure next year, hopefully this virus will be gone. The vaccine will take care of that, and we'll just get back to normal. Be nice to get back to normal as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor, leading 79-55, 4:13 to play here in this basketball game from the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge ball. Jonathan thought about a three. Stafford's got it. Works the ball to Jamison up to Graff. Jamison works the ball to a cutting man down low. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by the Bobcats. 79-55 the score. Shauna Haste and Jordan Osborne doing our camera work tonight. Central ball. Jalen Harris kicks the ball back out to Moore. He thought about a long-range three. He's going to make it a shorter shot. And as he makes his approach, he is going to be fouled by Oak Ridge. In some ways, I don't think Coach Green's going to be happy either. He's going to be happy with the district win, but entirely too many fouls have been called in this game. And entirely too many points. 55 points is a little bit high for any Oak Ridge team that he has coached. As Nick Dallas comes back in the ball game, free throw is missed, and Nick right away has a rebound. Down the floor will come the Wildcats once again. Wildcats Flip Thompson works it over to the right corner for a three. It's up, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Central. Long pass, they can't save it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming back the other way. Wildcats and Central have been playing since 1947. The Wildcats lead the all-time series 82-26. The Wildcats have won 21 straight in this series. As down the floor comes the Wildcats here, 3:19 to play in the ball game, 79-55 the score. Oak Ridge ball driving in for the shot, no good. Missed shot and rebounded by the Bobcats. Back the other way will come Central, moving left to right. Moore for three, good. He's not tired, Mark. He's still knocking down shots, so he obviously still has his legs.
Yeah, he does. I'm wondering, do you know, does he have any plans to play at the next level?
I don't know. I'll ask Coach Green about that after the ball game as the ball is knocked out of bounds, they say, by Flip. It'll be Central ball. I'll ask Coach Green. He would know. He kind of keeps up with those things a little bit more than I do. Wildcats playing with Jeremy Miller, Jamison Updegraff, Flip Thompson in the ball game, Nick Dallas, and Stafford Shanklin. Central basketball. Dick Ellis will work the ball in from the sideline. He'll set it up once again. Wildcats and Bobcats here are closing moments of this ball game. We hope you've enjoyed watching it on our YouTube stream. Please let our sponsors, the ones you see at the top of the screen, know you appreciate them helping us out, get our broadcasts on here. We don't make any money here. Nobody in this organization makes any money. We just try to get the ball games on the air, and these sponsors have helped us out greatly here to get those games streamed for sure on Prep Radio, on the radio as well. Missed shot, the Wildcats down the floor. Jeremy works it into big Nick Dallas for the shot. Good. Count it, and he's fouled. What a big drive by the big man, Nick Dallas, and the Wildcats are over 80. They lead at 81-58. Nice play by Nick Dallas. He comes up a little bit hobbled. You remember he got a little bit of injury in football season. He's going to shoot a free throw. Let's see if he can stay in. He took a hard tumble, and with 2:12 to play, Nick Dallas will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, coaches were checking on him. He said, "No, I'm all right." I kind of question that. He's kind of ginger on one of his legs there, but we'll see how mobile he is after this free throw.
Shot is no good. Rebounded by the Bobcats. 2:10 to play in the ball game. Here comes Central again. Moore for three. In and out. No good. Long rebound tracked down by the limping Nick Dallas. Here comes Flip Thompson down the floor. The Wildcats set it inside. Stafford Shanklin goes in for the shot. No good. He draws the foul with 1:56 to play in the ball game, and Oak Ridge leading 81-58. Shauna wasn't feeling too good today. We hope she's feeling better. She's doing our top camera work tonight. Down on the floor, we've got Jordan Osborne. And Stafford goes to the free throw line. Free throw is no good.
Yeah, I think Shauna took a me day today.
Well, that happens sometimes. I've been taking a me day for about 10 years. As
a me century, huh? Or me decade?
Right. Wildcats go to the line. Shot is up there. No good. He missed them both. The Wildcats pull down the rebound. Nick Dallas back up. Good. Nick Dallas scores. And Nick having a pretty good ball game tonight.
Yeah, it's so fun watching him play, Dave, because he plays so hard. I mean, if he's out on the floor, he's giving you 120% effort.
Here comes a shot by the Bobcats up good. 83-60. The Wildcats with a 23-point lead over the Central Bobcats from Fountain City. 1:27 to play in the ball game. 83-60. The Wildcats with the ball. Lucas Searcy in the left corner. And the ball is then thrown by Flip, intending it for Lucas, knocked out of bounds by number 5 for them, Andrew Hill. The Oak Ridge basketball right in front of the Oak Ridge bench to the side of the scorer's table, and Flip Thompson will work the ball in. Flip will work it in. That's Ronnie Scott sitting on the bench. If you're watching, former Wildcat, played in the middle to late 80s. Oak Ridge ball. Stafford wanted to shoot. Wasn't able to get it up there with 1:10 to play in the ball game. 83-60. The Wildcats a nice drive, and the shot is good. I believe Jamison Updegraft has his first points of the night.
He does. That's his 2 points as Oak Ridge leads 85-60 with less than a minute in the ball game.
Central with the basketball. Andrew Hill, top of the circle, picked up by Jamison. Runs right into Jamison. Jamison staying on him like glue. Works the ball to the free throw line. Gives it into the big guy who shoots and scores. 85-62 the score, and the Wildcats will bring the ball down the floor. Quickly, they set it to the left corner. Jamison drives in. Reverse layup. Good. Nice play by Jamison Updegraft, and it's 87-62. That's a really nice play by him.
It really was just so fast. Now there's really no defense either way. I mean, both teams are just going down and scoring kind of at will.
I think Coach Green doesn't want him to shoot anymore. And the final 17 seconds will be ticked off. Although Central comes up on defense against Flip, I'm surprised they haven't said to back off because the 5-second count is on. 10 seconds. 87-64 is going to be your final score here from the Wildcat Arena. So the Wildcats will up their record to 13-3. They are now 8-0 in the district, and they maintain their 2-game lead at least on the Clinton Dragons, who are playing tonight. 87-64 is the final score. Mark, good win for the Wildcats.
It really was, David. Fast-paced game, like I said. I enjoy those. It doesn't feel like a 23-point win because, as you said, I mean, you never feel like, that you've pinned Central down and you've got your foot to their throat, just because Moore can just, he can just take over a game. And, there's just always that fear factor for me watching Central play.
And the final score of the ball game, once again, the Wildcats win at 87-64. The Lady Wildcats win 72-26. The girls junior varsity win 52-35. So the triple sweep tonight here at the Wildcat Arena. For those of you on YouTube wondering why the clock is ticking down from 10 minutes, that's one of the rules here. The fans here, the immediate family members, have 10 minutes to exit the gym. That's to keep everybody out of the gym. They don't want people milling around. They don't want the fans to meet the players after the game. Of course, that's a long tradition here of turning the lights off pretty early, but now they actually set the clock to 10 minutes, and everybody's got to leave in that 10-minute period to continue the social distancing. Wildcats win all 3 ball games. Mark is working on the final stats. We'll have them, and we'll have Coach Aaron Green up to talk with me as well. Oak Ridge wins it 87-64. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in a moment. We're here at the Wildcat Arena. David Clary, Mark and Shauna Haste, along with Jordan Osborne. Wildcats victorious in the boys' game, 87-64. We're waiting for the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Aaron Green, to join us here. Talk about this ball game. The Wildcats will be in action tomorrow. They'll take on the Cleveland Blue Raiders. The girls' game will broadcast beginning at 6 o'clock. The boys' game will be at 7:30. From Cleveland's new high school. Back in the days when Coach Green was the head coach down in Cleveland, they had the old gym. This is a beautiful facility. They kind of patterned it after our Wildcat Arena. There's a lot of blue in it, a lot of advertising. That's the one thing about it. Of course, we have the booster banners hanging from the gym here, but they have a lot of just regular corporate sponsors. I know there's a big McDonald's sign in there, I've noticed. But, you got to make your money somehow. It's a beautiful facility, and I wish you all could go. We'll get some panning shots of it when we go down to Cleveland tomorrow, as we will stream the game on YouTube as well on our Prep Radio site. A lot of people, Steve Snodgrass, watching our broadcast tonight, Tommy and Martha Lee, Lynn Calvert, people who have contacted me, Stephanie Thompson, Neil Thompson, people who have contacted me to say they are either listening or watching our broadcast, and that makes us feel good. I've said this for years. Sometimes, Mark, it's almost like I'm talking to myself, I think sometimes, and it's always great to know we have people out there listening and watching. Speaking of listening, you can listen to the game on FM 92.7, FM 94.7 tomorrow if you're out driving in the cars from about 6 to 9:30. If you're out and about, socializing, having a good Saturday night. Of course, my social life consists of Oak Ridge Wildcat Sports. So, I'll be there. I'll be covering the game on the front line, covering the ball game tomorrow. I'll be looking forward to the games being over with. It has been a long week. We started Tuesday with the PAL ball game. We did the TV show on Wednesday. You can see that each and every Wednesday. And that'll be at 7 o'clock on Channel 12. The girls played last night and beat Clinton for the 100th time. And then tonight, the girls, Lady Wildcats beat Central for the 100th time in school history. And the boys also beat the Central Bobcats. So overall, it's been a tiring week, but it has been a good week. And joining me now is the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Aaron Green. Coach, congratulations again on the win. You remain undefeated in the district. It was a different kind of a ball game. At Central, we had more of a low-scoring affair. Tonight, if you were an offensive fan of basketball, you got your money's worth. A lot of points were scored. And I know, you gave up 64, and that's typically high for your team, but you still got to be pleased considering the talent level in the team you beat tonight.
Yeah, I thought we had some, we've, again, from the first time we played them till now, I thought we've gotten better. I thought the difference in the first half, we let Moore get loose there. I think he made 3 threes there in the first half. Still up 12. If we go back to the first time we played him, I think we were up 6 or 7 at half the last time. And he's a good player. I mean, he's going to make some plays, and he did. He got 3 threes, and we didn't do a very good job on 4. I guess, forgive me, I don't have their names. I just know my numbers. But
Darian Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey had 10 at half. So those 2 guys combined for 22 of their. Let's see. I guess they're 22 of their 34 at halftime. So again, had foul trouble. I mean, I think every starter had 2 fouls. We had them they were in the double bonus in the first quarter. It just had a little bit of adversity there, and it seems like we've had a lot of fouls. We've got to get that corrected. But overall, I was pleased. I thought we had some guys that played well. I thought Nick Dallas came in and did a really good job. Turned his ankle there late. But I thought he gave us some really good minutes and did some good things for us. And again, it's just, without looking at the stats here, Millway had 18. Jeremy had 18. Millway had 17. Of course, the rest of them aren't totaled yet. But again, Nick had, 6 or 7 rebounds in the minutes he played, which is big. Good win. That's a solid team. They're very, very athletic. I don't know if you can tell it watching it online, but they're long, they're athletic. They can crash a glass. So it's a good basketball team.
Coach, one thing Mark and I were curious about, and I really apologize, I don't know the answer. Is Greg Moore, is he going someplace to play ball?
That I don't know. He's a really, really good player. He's got great range. He's quick. He can go by you. He can shoot the 3. Yes, he's definitely a college basketball player, but I do not know where he's going. No.
Kind of a quiet night for Kell, especially in the first half. I think he only had 2 points, but I guess he does other things that, the casual fan, you look at the scoring, you look at the lights, changing on the scoreboard. But Kell kind of a quiet night tonight, but he got things going offensively in the second half. I just think your depth, as you look at this ball game, it was close. I mean, it was close most of the way. It was only a 5-point game after 1 quarter, but your depth, even though you didn't have Caden tonight, you just tend to wear teams down, especially teams that don't have the depth. They played, for the most part, their main guys most of the game. They substituted a little bit, but there's a big drop-off on their depth. And I think you just eventually just wear teams down.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've, one of our philosophies since I've been here and mottos is, our 9 or 10 guys or 8 or 9 guys, whatever we have in a rotation versus most teams 5 or 6. So we want fatigue to be a factor. As far as just, you may not turn a team over every time and press, and you may not, if you're not creating a bunch of turnovers, it's just that constant pressure and that tempo. There's some positives to pressing and playing fast. Number one is you can, obviously create offense with your press. You can create some fatigue where fatigue is a factor, and they're not used to playing that way. And it can give you momentum. If you get a couple of 6-0 runs or 8-0 runs off your press, that's a 14-point lead. So it's kind of been basically kind of what we've always done. We've always, played at least probably 8 guys, depending on what we got and who's playing well. And but right now with Caden out and I think we are down to right now in our rotations 8. So we do have depth, and those guys, I've got more confidence with those guys coming off the bench over the last, since Christmas. So we just got to continue to get better and keep trying to improve. We spent a lot of time the last couple weeks on skill work, post entries, post moves, a lot of shooting and just trying to get, I thought we got away from some of that skill work in a little bit, and I thought that's helped us too.
Coach, I won't keep you long here because we have another one tomorrow. Hopefully we won't have any bad weather. We can head on down to Cleveland to take on the Blue Raiders. Cleveland had your number a year ago. I think they lost that guard. I think he graduated, but they still have a very, very fine team.
Yes, they do. They've got, I thought, they made the state tournament just like we did. They beat us twice last year in 2 close games. That was 2 of our 5 losses, and I reminded our team after the game about that. But I thought, they, including, obviously with some other teams in there, but I thought they had a chance to win some games in Murfreesboro last year. The point guard is now at Belmont, and he's doing really, really well. The other kid that they graduated is at ETSU. So they did lose those 2 guys, but they do have 3 starters back off of that team. I think they were 32-2 or 3 before it all got shut down. So and they've got 2 really good players in McGowan and Hurst that we'll have to definitely do a good job on those guys and see if we can go down there and play well.
Coach, just your final comments on the win tonight over Central.
Yeah, good win. We didn't play perfect. We're still making some mistakes, which I don't know if you're ever going to play perfect. But I thought we competed. I thought we played hard. You can get a feel just sitting over there watching the game. Our guys are playing hard, and that's if that's the case, that'll make up for a lot of mistakes that you make. But again, as far as my mindset, we got to continue to improve. Defensively, make teams shoot tough shots. We're missing some box outs that we've got to clean up, and then on offense, we got to continue to play fast and execute. You're not always going to score, 87, depending on some of the teams you play can dictate that a little bit. But just pleased with our effort, and still got to get better. And we got to turn right around and play a tough team tomorrow on the road. So this is kind of like a postseason type of situation. So you got to play back-to-back nights, and get ready to go. Short turnaround.
Coach, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, David.
Wildcats win it 87-64. That is the final score of the boys' game here from the Wildcat Arena. We're gonna watch Nick Dallas kind of wander slowly out of the gymnasium. Hopefully, he'll be better. Mark, you've got the final statistics of the ball game.
Thank you very much, David. As you said, Oak Ridge victorious tonight, 87-64. Leading scorer for the Wildcats was Jeremy Miller. He had Jonathan Milloway. He had 19. Jeremy Miller had 18. Jonathan Milloway was 7 of 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Jeremy Miller, he was 8 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, also in double figures. Stafford Shanklin came off the bench. He had 12 points for the Wildcats, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Jonathan Stewart also in double figures. He had 11. He was 4 of 9 from the field. With 8 points was Kel Slater, 3 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from the field from the free throw line. Nick Dallas, as we said, great minutes he got in the second half. He finished with 6 points, 3 of 3 from the field. He was 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Let's see. Also scoring for the Wildcats, Lucas Searcy. He started for the Wildcats. He had 8. He was 3 of 9 from the field. And then Jamison Uptigraph had 4 for the Wildcats, 2 of 2. The thing I noticed, David, almost all the Wildcats that played scored. Flip Thompson was the only Wildcat who did not score tonight. And then looks like Darren Osborne, I don't think had any minutes tonight. So, I like to see Wildcats getting in the game, and I like to see the scoring be distributed around. So, great overall game for the Wildcats. As a team, the Wildcats were 35 of 60 from the field. Breaking it down, they were 28 of 43 in twos. They were 7 of 17 from beyond the three-point line, and they were 50% from the line, 10 of 20. Lead scorer from Central was Greg Moore. He had 23 points. He was 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Darian Bailey, Coach Green mentioned him. He had 19 points. He was 9 of 19 from the field. Also scoring for the Bobcats, Ahmad Belton, number 30. He had 9 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. So a better night tonight from the free throw line was Beltran than last Tuesday. With 5 points for the Bobcats was Daikiz Perez. He's 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Jalen Harris started for the Bobcats. He added 4, 2 of 6 from the field. With 2 points tonight, Andrew Hill came off the bench. He was 1 of 3 from the field. Also with 2 points, starter Elijah Foster. He had 2 points. He was 1 of 3 from the field. As a team, the Central Bobcats were 25 of 53 from the field. They were 19 of 36 in twos. They were 6 of 17 for threes, and they were 8 of 18 from the free throw line. Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 22-17, outscored Central 25-17 in the second quarter, take a 47-34 lead at the half. Coming out of the half, the Wildcats outscored the Bobcats 23-15 to take a 70-49 lead into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Oak Ridge outscores Central 17-15 for a final victory tonight of 87-64. Lady Wildcats also victorious by a score of 72-26, and the girls JV victorious 52-35. So another triple sweep for the Wildcats tonight. David?
Appreciate yours and Mark, yours and Shauna's work, and Jordan Osborne as well. The Wildcats will be traveling to Cleveland, as I said, tomorrow. The girls' game will begin at 6. We'll broadcast it on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. For Mark, Shauna, and Jordan, once again, the final score of the boys' game, the Wildcats win at 87-64. Until tomorrow, this is David Clary for Mark, Shauna, James, and Jordan. So long, everybody.